Now. All right. Welcome to the Uncast. I am Beau. I'm here with Dubs.
Howdy.
And we are two guys in Austin, Texas, talking about stuff. And I've got some solutions I think are pretty important. And then we talk about, I'm looking to get information from Dubs and anyone out there as to why why you're not understanding this, why Dubs is not understanding this, why people are having trouble with these alleged solutions I've got. So we've got a new thing this time around. Oh, well, that's great. And we'll do this kind of thing. Okay.
Oh, look at that.
That's fancy?
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, that's right. You're from a small town. Oh, fonts. You got big city fonts.
No, you're just up in your game here. I'd like this.
Well, can you believe we have little scraps of papyrus? We're going through the growth, like Age of Empires, kind of Dark Age first, I guess.
Sure.
Age of Empires is the thing I want to get into with one-to-one. Have we ever talked about the representation aspect of?
No.
Well, the community, because it's a great example because you got T90 and Hera and these people at the top that you can go to get the things changed in the community.
Okay.
That's the elites.
Okay.
Right? The high priest, the guy that knows somebody, the connected people.
Yeah, I think you may have mentioned those folks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That specifically?
Yeah.
Because it's every community has this and everybody survives connected to that. But I'm saying let's not even have to have that. Have just everybody connected. Mm-hmm. And all these things will be solved for you. It's like before you even go into any facility or use a product, it's already been vetted by all the people that have been there before you. The common sense stuff is already there. It's already, ready to be used for a human, that kind of thing. Sorry, homo.
Why are you correcting that?
I didn't mean to use the H slur.
Ah, gotcha.
And in the UK they call that hate speech. But what do we have here? Oh, I want to say from last time. So last week was Marcus Aurelius's birthday. And that's a big deal to me. That's like my religion. And I want to have big celebrations on Marcus Aurelius' birthday. I remember for the 1900s when I wanted to do, this is 1905, I wanted to do something.
Oh, that would have been COVID?
Yeah, it was around that, I think.
Yeah.
I guess right after. Middle of it, I guess. And, but that's like the last thing you would do is the celebration. But I'd love people who had it together. Do you know what his writings were? Meditations is what it's called, but
I think I know vaguely of it. I can't say I'm very well versed in it.
It's just a collection of things, good wisdom, right? It's a collection of wisdom he's vetted.
Right. He's like the primary stoicist. Is that correct? Or
the first one, man? It's not the first.
Not the first. Okay.
That'd be Zeno, like before them in BCs. Like 300 BC or something. When everybody's.
Yeah, he's the only one I can name.
Then the Seneca.
Okay.
Who was the advisor to Nero and had to kill himself. That's the screen on my desktop. That's Seneca.
Okay.
Having to take his own life. Stoicism seems like just the most obvious kind of approach. See, that's what I mean. Like, be stoic first. So it's almost like there's layers. So that's why I've chose realitarian, because that's the most fundamental thing, is understand reality. And then I think libertarian comes after that somewhere, where you understand you don't want to mess with people. You want to let people do whatever they want to do, as much as you can. And then you get into like the fascism and the socialism that you have to bring in. But after you have a foundation of, you understand reality, like before you get to a communist, if you understood reality, I see that when you do this, it incentivizes that. And so you don't want a central power structure that's disconnected from everything.
Yeah.
Just reality.
Sure. Where does conservatism fit in there?
That's a made up term. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. That's like, I use it to be, if you're conservative, you're for remaining where we are. You're progressive, you're for changing. Mm-hmm. And so it's just a factor of whether you're changing or not. And that has no bearing on any kind of philosophy or anything, really. But people use it in different ways. Like, how do you use it?
Yeah, I guess I think of more of the justice and defense kind of thing. Like that would be more the way I think of conservatism broadly. But yeah, I think
so
it
the
is
same kind of thing.
Yeah,
right?
but it is almost a too vague term to be terribly useful.
Yeah, and this whole idea that so when people say conservative and liberal, those are words you would use when you're talking to like a kindergartner.
Hmm.
You're explaining things in very simple terms to simple people,
Right.
and that's a product of us, I think, also not knowing what words are. When you know what words are, you know that the meaning of the word is what you put into it. You say, wait a minute, why am I putting the meaning into my words that's the idiot meaning? Why wouldn't I use the intellectual meaning that I really want to use?
Right.
And so then we can start breaking away from trying to impress stupid people. But currently, you got to get the stupids because that's who's in control of everything, the most incompetent.
Yeah. Well, also, I mean, that's the whole point of communication, right? Like, if I don't know the word you're saying, then you're not going to be able to communicate with me unless you first help me understand what the word means. So.
Right. But right. Here's what I get into, though. People understand the meaning of the word. Like, I will even explicitly say it. And so then they'll go, no, you can't do that. So that's a different issue altogether.
Mm.
These aren't people. There are people. What you're saying is very valid, and that's the art of communication. I put this together, and if people understand it, they understand it, or they don't, right? But that's what I mean. Like there you go. That's the exact thing that people think. That's why they dumb down their language.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I want most people to understand me.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Why are you bending over backwards for dumb people that ain't gonna pay attention or understand you, and they don't care, and it's
No, I think many of us will have had that experience though, where you start like showing off your flowery language, then folks will sort of not pay attention to you because like they don't understand you, and so they're like, well, I don't understand what you're saying, and I don't want to feel stupid, so I'm just gonna like ostracize the speaker.
Right.
I'm not gonna give them my full attention because.
Yeah, and I think that's what people do to me. And so I have to, in the end, say, okay, well, I mean, it's better than have us wasting both of our times. If you can't understand what I'm talking about, we would just beat our heads over about what the meaning of a word is apparently what people will do. So, yeah, the progress report is something we would do every day.
Okay.
And then there's some other things. So I want to follow up with the connection with the story we talked about Harvey. Paul Harvey,
yeah.
And how he got Me Too'd. And maybe it was because he had said some stuff about climate change and denied that earlier. Cesar Chavez, was always against illegal immigration. And he would even say, he would call them wetbacks in his writing. And so that appears, that's what the conspiracy theory would be, that's the reason they're trying to get rid of him and wipe him out of the whole thing. And it seems to be a very easy thing to do to accuse someone of a sexual issue, like a sexual misdeed, to get them out. Like, who's the guy? Oh my God, I can't remember his name. Not Ed Snowden, but the website owner of giveawaythesecrets.com, whatever that guy.
Oh, yeah. I know who you're talking about.
Pam Anderson went and saw him.
Yeah.
Hero to humanity, and I don't, whatever his name is.
Yeah, gosh, why have I forgotten that now?
This is why we need statues of him. So
what was the name of his website? Like something secrets? No.
Yeah, Infowars.
No. Gosh, what? Yeah,
it's obvious stuff that everyone should know, and I don't get into that. Also, see, when you start to think about these answers to the universe, you start to transcend reality and like, none of this matters. What are you talking about? Oh, the Iran war, man. Think 1,000 years from now. It really is crazy. But the other thing was the mouse thing. Okay, so I said they swam for several days. So the mouse experiment is a hope. It proves hope in the sickest way possible. They took mice and rats and they put them in the water. They drowned after a few minutes. The first one drowned 2 minutes in. And so if they drown after a few minutes is what they said. But if they take them out after they're about to drown and they go, well, before you do it, you take them out, let them get a breather, catch their breath, and then put them back in, they swim for 60 hours, which is about 1,000 times as long. So it's very impressive still. I was saying like days,
Mm.
but it's very impressive compared to a few minutes.
Yeah. I mean, 60 hours is no joke for sure to swim.
Yeah.
Assange is who we were trying to think of for WikiLeaks.
Oh yeah, Julian Assange. Thank you, Julian. Oh, and like they did a sexual thing against him or whatever.
Yeah, you don't think it was legit? I mean,
They might be illegit. But the thing is, they're pushing that.
yeah.
Well,
I don't know.
I saw some documentary in it. What was it actually? Was it just inappropriate or?
I'm trying to recall. Like, I remember looking into it at the time, but it was kind of like. But I already didn't have as high a view of him because I thought he was being a vessel for Russian propaganda at some level.
Oh, okay.
So.
Yeah, and regardless of whether they're guilty of it or not, that option is out there, and it's just such an easy thing to do, and it doesn't matter if it falls through. No one goes back and says, "Hey, these didn't actually happen."
Right.
And if we had a bore, that would be that. So progress report. Okay, so I know I'm not going to use whatever the hell the Squarespace. I don't even. So anyway, I'm just going to go with like the domain service provider I got and use their little extra thing a month.
Okay.
Get something up.
Yeah. Okay.
But surely I can do my own thing, right? I mean, maybe you need to tell me the software I need to get to have codecs or something. Just whip something up.
So you're talking about to actually get this thing off the ground to like set up the website for the one-to-one thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, we should talk through that. We should talk through a plan.
So let's talk about what the hell I need to do. So that's about all the progress, but there's probably other things too. Do you want to throw something in or?
Not yet.
Okay. So here's so we talk so much about these three things I think are answers to the universe. We don't talk about here's an example, like budget reduction dividend. Have you heard of anything about like this? Because no. I figure this is a common sense kind of thing. Like, so our budget's here. If we reduce the budget, every single member of that society, whatever the membership is, citizens, whatever, right, gets that money divided amongst themselves. So there's a direct incentive to lower the budget. You get a check in the mail.
Okay.
And the big incentive with fixing the United States is when this starts to happen, we could save there's so much waste. You know what I mean? The reality that we could literally lower the budget, send massive checks to people,
right?
Tens of thousands maybe, right? Mm-hmm. But that's something that's big to some people.
Sure.
And just the real incentive of that is just fascinating,
It actually has some nice redistributive elements to it, right? It's like not everyone's paying in the same amount, but if we all get the same amount back from the budget reduction, then that actually is kind of like, it would be a way to redistribute in a way that is, I think, maybe a little more.
Yeah, and it's just reasonable. A temporary thing. It's not like a permanent. You can't jack it up and then back down. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like a one-time reduction.
Or also, we should add it whenever you increase the budget. We all have to pitch in that amount.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Well, I'm sorry, this guy hadn't turned his check in, so can't increase the budget yet.
Right.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, we're waiting on Beau from Austin.
Oh, we'd love to increase the budget. We don't have the obvious thing is raise the money first. If we don't have the money, you can't spend it. That's how it should be.
Yeah, it's tough when you can bet your own money, though. It's a little too tempting.
Okay, so if we ever start a, United States 2, we might just redo everything, right? If we start over, I say we do a ceremonial. We each buy in for $1 or unit of whatever currency, and we loan the government money, and then the government immediately evaporates the loan and says we'll never pay it back, and that's symbolically letting everybody know, yes, that's true. We will never pay you back. Never lend us money.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be a good start?
Oh, man. So we would never go into debt as a country?
We can't. If you loan us money, we will not pay you back.
Oh.
It's against our rules. You are a horrible person to us.
No.
And if you give, because 20% of us say you should give us money, and you give us money, the 80% are going to go, no, you shouldn't have done that. Now you lose.
We could do that now. We certainly could have done that at the founding, though, right?
We'll take gifts, and that's what would happen. People could give gifts.
Okay.
You know, in exchange for like under the table handies or something.
Of course.
But I mean, that would be super suspicious if someone's giving us gifts. I would just not like that at all. I'd rather that not happen.
Right.
But let's imagine that, you know, that would just to absolutely right off the bat and actually have people pitch in and have the, you know, money's burned alive, right? Burned in front of them. So anyway, that's that. And then we have budget reduction dividend. Okay. So this kind of thing at the city of Austin level, or city level, when that is happening, the hobos can be involved, right? So the thing is, like, to someone who has income, you know, $400 is not that much, but every year a hobo gets $400. That might be something interesting to them.
Sure. Yeah.
And if all they got to do is not be psycho in front of other people, you know, when the tourists are in town, they just kind of know not to do that,
right?
And everybody keeps everybody in line. The hobos are like, hey, whoa, what you doing? That's and then the tourists walk by. They're like, no, that's Crazy Alley. We don't let. That's where they're all walking around.
Right.
Crazy.
Yeah.
And they're helping people. You don't want people robbed, you know, unless you could rob them and get money and get out of it. But the whole point is, like, it's very difficult to do that.
Right.
So
you're just trying to make the incentive such that, like, I don't want you messing with my check, and if that'll be messing with my
I mean, it's a real bottom line thing. And then you could just have where there's an amount of money, you know, and it can tie that to the police budget, everything. Like, why stab someone or let someone stab somebody? You know what I mean? Or just if the community comes together, you wouldn't believe what we can get people to do, because we can convince each other to do things or not do things.
Right.
You know,
well, and like providing incentives, and that is a great incentive, right? I'm going to get a bigger check if I do this thing or don't do that thing. That's that's fantastic.
Now
it has to be enough to matter, I think, but
and to make the connection to it might be very difficult,
right?
For someone that's not, because if you like, I was literally homeless. Did I ever talk about this, right? At A&M?
No.
Oh yeah, I lived in the architecture building.
Okay.
We never talked, or I've never talked to you at all about this.
I don't think so.
Not even on camera. I mean, what? Awesome. Well, that was just amazing time right there. You know?
Yeah. What happened?
But the point was, I got about 4 hours of sleep every night.
Okay.
And that turns you to mush brain.
Yeah.
I got all D's and I didn't care. I was like, whatever. What's the point of living? You know?
Right.
It's like, it was like everything was pointless. And
Well, how'd you end up in that situation? Like, what was the?
I remember. So this explains it. I guess I was working somewhere. I don't know. I ran into an old roommate of mine. Right. This was junior or senior year or something like that. And I ran into an old roommate from sophomore, and I explained to him, like, I'm living in the architecture building, and I got a locker in the gym, and I go down there and shower at the Kyle Field. I would go there and shower every day.
Yeah.
And everything's so cheap. It's like $30 a year for the rental of that. You know, there were free lockers in the architecture building. Anyway, so
where were you sleeping?
Well, that's the thing. You got to find a place to sleep.
Right. Oh, gotcha.
You're finding the hotel rooms, because there's a lot of facilities at a university. But
right. Yeah.
They don't have like beds necessarily.
Yeah. Like if you're not in a dorm or whatever, right? So yeah.
But I explained to my old roommate. He's like, oh yeah. You always talked about that. He's like, I must have been always talking about, man, you could live at the university. Has so many resources. And so I didn't even realize that was a lifelong dream I've been working towards. But that was the challenge. And I did, for the most part, live the whole thing there. And I dated, and I got a girlfriend. I mean, you know what I mean? It was surreal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because where are you going to take her home to if you...
I was at a party, and I was making out with this chick in the kitchen of this party. It's obscene behavior. You know what I mean? This is because I want to get into permiscuity, and like, this is absolutely inappropriate to be mugging down at a party. Is it or not? Not in college.
No, not at all in college.
I mean, but in reality, it's just not appropriate. First of all, I'm shutting down the kitchen. That's actually inappropriate. That's the party foul.
Yeah.
No, you can't hang out in the kitchen while we were full gropetopia. I mean, it was like out of control.
I feel like at college parties, though, that doesn't seem unusual. Like, people would be like, no, I'm just going to get a beer. Maybe they wouldn't say anything. They just go to the fridge and all is well, I would think.
Yeah. So we leave the party. We're going to go and finish everything. We're just in, like, two love bugs, just not even thinking straight. Mm-hmm. And so we're just walking off into the sunset, holding hands. Like, where are we going? Right? I don't have a place,
Right.
And then she's she was getting married. This was not interfering with my interaction with her, apparently.
Right.
I don't know why I was not worried about it, but because I was making out with her. Then her friend says, "Wait, where are your keys?" And that was enough. Like, wait, keys? Reality? Keys fit in locks. What's going on? Wait, how am I getting home? Or what?
Right.
Who is this guy? Everything just cleared up, and then I'm like, yeah, wait a minute, I don't even have a home. I'm homeless. And she's like, what? You're homeless? Who knows? Oh, I didn't say that, I'm sure. You're homeless. That dude's homeless. That's all anyone could have had to say. Meanwhile, whatever that was, I don't even know why that has to be in there.
Well, that's a pretty good story. Right?
But that's my level of permiscuity. To me, that's like raw dogging. It's like kissing somebody. And that's really all you need. To me, I mean, really is all you need. I know. Everyone's going to disagree. Everyone's body is going to disagree.
Yes.
See, the idea would be, if we moved on from that, when I was talking about crazy stories, it would be the budget. So wait, where do we get off into the wonder years? Wonder years.
Surely it has something to do with finances. Oh, maybe something to do with the like getting money back, socialism-esque kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah. Telling my friend that homeless. I just had to bring that up that was complete out of control. Do you want to throw in something in?
Sure. Let's see. So, what have we said about Iran so far? Like, have we talked much about that whole ordeal?
Well, I don't know much about it at all.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be ancient Persia all day long, right?
Sure.
I mean, they were using cuneiform like late in the story, late in the game. They were the last ones to use it, and they refined it, made it a lot easier to use. We're going to get into cuneiform as well on the show.
Fair enough.
Okay.
I mean, I guess it's just interesting that things have progressed so little in the last amount of time. Well, I guess we're week 10 now of our war with Iran. Yeah. And we're just kind of at a stalemate with us having a blockade on them and them wanting to shut down the Strait of Hormuz. I guess effectively they are shutting down the Strait of Hormuz. And yeah, so things are just kind of like rocking along there, and we don't like...
Just costing us a lot of money, right?
Sure. And we're past the 60-day authorization of military force kind of thing that, like, in theory, would have like held the president in check traditionally with our rules, but like don't seem to be kicking in. And I haven't heard.
Yeah, but that's nothing new, right? About the president declaring war without permission.
Sadly, no. Yeah, it's not new.
That's well beyond Vietnam, right?
Yeah, though I don't think it's ever been with a war that was as unpopular as this one. Like
Oh, you think this is unpopular?
Yeah, surprisingly so. Like, I think this one is as unpopular as Vietnam was at the height of Vietnam conflict.
Are you saying that because you live in Austin, Texas?
No. This is according to Gallup polling. Now, granted, people may just be more negative in general, but like apparently, this war is just terribly unpopular.
Yeah,
which to me isn't totally surprising, just because we never were given a foundation for why we're going to war, how long it's going to take, what are the strategic objectives we're achieving. It was not clear.
He declared he wasn't going to have any wars, and it was just out of the blue.
Yeah, at some level, right?
And it was to protect Israel, even though they attacked first or something. It was like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah. There's a lot of...
Well, obviously, they're going to retaliate against Israel because Israel is attacking them.
Right. Yeah.
Sounds like the police coming in and protecting the guy that's stabbing you. Clearly, there's going to be repercussions. Like, do you know how dangerous Runberg is in Austin? You know where that is?
Yes, I do. I've been in that area, and it does feel dangerous, but I don't think I know quite how dangerous it is.
It just is, and I've kind of asked people as I would drive them around, I'm like, yeah, you ever had any issues with Runberg? He's like, yeah, I used to live on Runberg. I got stabbed. I got stabbed by someone in the apartment complex, and I knew who it was, and I pointed it out to the cops, and they were like, yeah, you don't go retaliate against that guy. But that's what law enforcement does. It protects the criminal. I mean, that's the whole point of law enforcement, really.
Did he file a police report?
And it's to protect the criminal and then guide him in this process, But what did he file? Yes, he filed a police report. He's talking to the cops. The cops go, okay, you say that's this person. We don't have enough evidence, so nothing's going to happen with that case. But don't you go do anything.
Right. Yeah.
But that's the name of the game. Mm. And it's like, this is one of the ideas of anarchy is when you have a murder board, like I was talking about, we know where everybody actually thinks the line of killing somebody is. The line of the vengeance boar, or the retribution boar, I guess is what it would be called, right?
Yeah.
I mean, a real genuine. When is it appropriate to what retribution is appropriate?
Yeah. I feel like we used to have that too. It's just kind of a little more.
Used to have what?
Like versions of that,
An understanding of it, because we are all homogeneous groups.
Yeah. Like everyone would just get their pitchforks and then we go hang somebody, right?
Back to like the patriarchy thing. Remember the pre-Roman times where the patriarchs are the ones in charge? That stability comes from someone's got to have a final say, and we go with the oldest man, of your family. So that anybody just wanders in, we already know a structure we're going to assign to you, and that is the order, and that's who's in charge, and we're going to punish this guy if he doesn't fix these guys. And we support all the punishment he's going to give unitely because we support this. It's just the stability.
Well, that seems a little more formal, though, than I think of like what the Borg might be. The murder Borg seems like it might be more just vigilante justice a little bit, right? Like, no?
Okay, the murder Borg is not going out and killing people. They are the ones discussing when it's appropriate to kill someone or not.
Okay, so
what are the common law rules? What is common amongst us? Because we don't even know what we think,
Yeah.
Like, I believe if someone gets in your face, this is not what I'm encouraging anyone to do, and this is not legal now, but I believe you have the duty to kill that person. That is unacceptable. It's rude and beyond. It's like there would be an amount.
Yeah.
And you're raising your voice in their face and they kill you. I would be like, yes, that's fine. Because
we do have something in law that protects that, right? I'm trying to remember, because I remember when it was Lance Armstrong, one of them, like, oh man, like this guy was getting in his face with like a microphone, literally in his face, and they hit him. And like he actually got off the hook because of like there was some kind of like provoking to anger kind of like loophole thing, and I was like, oh, that's great.
Right. Anyone such a that's interviewing someone, whoa, Mike got a little too close. 2 in the head.
I mean, that's a little further than I would go, but I do like the idea that you can like do someone you
and then the real tragedy is, of course, how many nanas have to lose their lives because they're just going in for a kiss. Like trying to kiss their grandkid. Authorized.
Fair.
The boar has spoken. I mean, this is the boar. I mean,
what
whatever the boar says. So
you really saw the boar there, killing nanas going in for a kiss.
Well, I mean, honestly, though, we're nanas now would be not kissing kids that don't want to be kissed. The natural consequences are we have a stable society. Anyway, whatever that is. Do you want to do something or what? Ron, did we talk about it?
We covered it. Yeah, it's fine.
War's war, and it's out of our hands. And so let's get back, don't forget that we're having decisions about ourselves. But we don't want war. I mean, what else? I mean, aren't you libertarian on this, or what do you call it?
I mean, I am libertarian, but I don't know if I'm libertarian on this. I'm actually pro-intervention here. I'm kind of like a neocon. I didn't realize this, but I am really like I didn't realize that I actually am a neocon.
That's kind of because I realized Wednesday I was like, wait a minute, I'm woke. I'm actually woke. So wait, you're a neocon now.
That's I mean, I think I actually was a neocon for a while, but I didn't realize that the term actually applied to me because it was always just used in such a negative way that I was like, oh well, I guess I'm not that thing. But then when when they actually have to kind of describe what the history was of it, it's kind of like people that were kind of moderate Republican or Democrats that kind of like felt like, okay, well, for responsible reasons, sometimes we have to have intervention or we have to have fiscal responsibility. More kind of like moving from the left to more of a more center right, just a little bit, is kind of like where I feel like I am. And so,
the Overton window thing, right?
Yeah.
You just feel like you're on the right. I mean,
I do, but I think I am. You right?
Okay, well, it's also it's one point of you're measuring all these different things.
For sure. Well, do you feel like the libertarians are on the more right side or the more left?
The ones I follow on X are all right-wing libertarians.
Right. Yeah. Well, that's what I find. It's like
but there's left-wing libertarians, like totally woke and all that.
Yeah. I don't disagree.
But these are not even really what left and right is supposed to be.
No.
Right is supposed to be you believe there's a hierarchy to the world, a natural hierarchy. Not that you have to go by that. It's just that there is a natural hierarchy.
Yeah.
And so that's why I see right-wing people are based in reality. And we need to get those people making left-wing decisions of how to share everything in this lovey-dovey thing. But the left-wing people are just woke and not making sense. Like the libertarian, Chase Oliver, I think, ran. He was the presidential candidate for libertarians.
Oh,
gay,
okay.
Gay woke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
And someone said the F word, F-A-G-G-O-T, and he did not take it in the bureaucratic sense, or didn't even seem to understand the bureaucratic sense. The guy was using it in the bureaucratic sense. He was specifically saying it's okay to be a F word, but not okay to be an F word. And it's okay to be gay, but not to be a bureaucratic ninny whatever. I don't know what.
I see what you're saying.
That the other use of it that I think is kind of appropriate. Oh, but so when we look at the roots, you know what the root of that word comes from?
I thought it was bundle of sticks. Did we make that up as
Bundle of
kids?
sticks,
Yeah.
and that is a what? What is a bundle of sticks in ancient Rome?
Oh, I
Fasces, the symbol of fascism.
Oh, okay. I did not know.
A bundle of sticks is a symbol of fascism. Yeah, that was Mussolini adopted it from the Romans. The Romans had that. It was the 12 cities of Latin, whatever the Latin area was, coming together. You're stronger together. And there's that quote from The Simpsons where Milton, I think, says, instead of separate, we form a mighty F word. And he says it, and it's on The Simpsons. And it's like, interesting. Like, what's going on? I'm not even going to say it because I guess not appropriate. Or I don't have a problem with saying any words, but I don't want to say words that will have me murdered.
Oh, interesting. I thought you were going to say it.
You thought I was going to say it?
Uh-huh.
It would have been appropriate to say it. I could play the clip, I guess. Not Milton. Who's the kid? The little nerdy kid? Anyway, whatever.
Isn't it? Is that not Milton? Who am I thinking of?
Milton? No, that's his friend Milton. Who's there's another nerdy kid at school that's not, no one likes maybe. I don't know. Yes, so that's fast keys. It became the F-A-G-G-E-T word. Why am I not saying it? I don't know. But, because women ended up carrying bundles of sticks. I guess they go into the forest and a woman can't drag logs back and do manly stuff. So the old women would bring bundles of sticks and see these are called that. And then they also have the things like a little sausage in Australia called that.
Oh, really?
It's like on the packaging.
Okay.
And then they would, to say an insult to a man would be, oh, you're like an old lady. You're effeminate, like an old lady.
Right.
And then the association that way.
Okay. Yeah. So there's a few hoops there, but it has like an interesting etymology there.
But I always thought it was because they burn people with stake or burn people,
Yeah.
And that is like, it's something I made up. But I would say that on my show all the time. Like that's the origin of it.
That's funny.
Where are we going with this?
I was gonna say, what do you got next? I've got something, but
oh, sorry, too late.
No, let's do it.
Okay, so I'm calling it the boar, but this is the early phases. We don't have much of the boar formed yet. It's maybe just 4 people. If we go back to ancient Sumerian, well, the only Sumerian, I guess. There's Uncast, which it means community assembly. I was like, well, what was their word for it? And I'm like, what? It's is their symbol? There's word for it? Is this a dream? Am I dreaming? It's actually pronounced Un, but Un is the people.
Yeah.
I guess this is like meeting or something. I don't know. But Uncast, and then that's the cuneiform thing for it. So that could be the boar. We could have that as a symbol for the boar. I don't know.
I mean, I like that. Yeah. I like that it's got that. And boar also, it doesn't have the just the too close for comfort for like the B-O-R-E or kind of thing. So like, yeah, I sort of like that.
But then calling it Uncast? Okay. And so the whole thing is this is bottom line stuff when we're talking about it. Well, I am not cursing at all, am I?
No.
That is surreal. And I'm going to be anti-permiscuity in this one?
Yeah,
I talked about kissing inappropriate. I'm already I'm saying all my sins of when I touched lips with a female that was not married.
Well, I mean, to be fair, when she is engaged, that is a little...
Yeah, that was totally inappropriate. Anyway, oh, and she was a stripper too, I think.
Well, there you go.
What was going on? How many strippers have, did we talk about this?
I mean, I feel like there should be more to this. Like, I do really like it there.
Oh, because it's real. You can't go back any further. That's the beginning of writing, and these guys, the first writing said this. Now, they certainly weren't talking about anything one-to-one,
Right.
It was all the lugal, which means big guy, which is the word for king, big man. And so, what I'm using is BOR, body of elected representatives. Just because I kept saying body of elected representatives, body of elected representatives, I'm like, I'm going to have to just have an abbreviation. So when we look at this, I'm wondering, because I don't think you're understanding what one-to-one representation is yet.
Okay.
What do you think you understand it or not?
Probably not at the level you would want me to, but I feel like I have a pretty good grasp on it. So let's test. Let's find out.
Well, how would you form a BOR of 1,000 people standing around in an auditorium? There's a big open space.
Okay.
You've got a microphone. You can tell them anything. There are 1,000 people.
Right. And well, I mean, I would think there'd be more self-actualized, right? Like they would have to decide that, hey, I have a need that I want to express somehow, and they would be like, I need someone to represent me.
Exactly. Yeah. There's an understanding that you're going to form a BOR. Right. Everyone wants to form a BOR.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, that's kind of what they're there for, I guess. I mean, well, no, it's not that they're there for that, but you would say, what I'm saying is all it takes is one person to say, okay, guys, I'm going to form a BOR. I'm going to start forming a BOR, and what would happen?
Right. I feel like people need structure, so they'd be like, well, what do I do? But then they would need to use their BOR appropriate kind of like methodology to.
Well, they know what to do.
Okay, they know what to do.
Everyone knows what a BOR is. Everyone knows one-to-one presentation.
Okay, then I would expect them to just kind of start doing it then, right? Like we just kind of need.
Oh, okay, you're right. If they would just do it, but so what does that look like? That's what I mean. So describe what they're doing.
Right. So I think first it would be like, well, each has their own individual needs, right? Unless they're all here for some particular kind of cause. Like, all right, we're here.
Yeah, this is a really inappropriate question because this is a specific thing I've never even talked to you about. It's a total game changer on how this works. This is how you form a BOR from scratch. And I was thinking of the Chaz and Chop, remember in Seattle?
Yeah.
The 20 insurrections.
Yeah.
The mayor wanted to talk to these people. I was like, oh, this is the perfect place to form a BOR. If they could walk in and say, okay, let's form a BOR.
Right.
And
then the mayor would have like one person.
We would know who we're talking to, who means what to who, right? Is this guy really the representative?
Mm-hmm.
So if I wasted 2 hours negotiating with someone that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah. We need a BOR for Iran now. Like, you could get all of those guys to like figure out who actually is representing them. It's kind of like,
yes,
who knows? Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, so the idea mainly is when we go into a territory and destroy the government and uproot everything, this is how you form a body of elected representatives to tell us what do you want.
Yeah.
And now this is the thing, you're putting it on them. They decided. This is why a restaurant would want to do this. But our customers have chosen this for real. You know how they're always saying you get a new email. You asked for it. We're going to redo everything in a way that you don't want. Like what? That you never asked for. But like we're going to call you, say that you asked for it. This absurdity like that. But it would be actually that you did, and they know, and everybody knows we did ask for this. And so it's a completely different world. And it's Iran war chaos, or it's Dunkin' Donuts down the street. It's like there's every single group of human beings, of homos, will be radically different. So anyway, I'm sorry, that was an inappropriate question. So let's just.
Well, no. So
what
no,
would you think?
But So I probably had a deficiency there, though, in terms of how you think that ought kind of bootstrap. So tell me, like, what would be the?
Well, because so if you're going to do something on the fly, we got to know in 5 minutes. That's going to have to be a public. I would like things to be private, and then there's how do you get it private and you can trust it. So that's another issue altogether.
Yeah.
All right, but so if it's got to be public, then you go. Okay, just stand behind the person you elect. That's the easiest way. You have a crowd of people. Stand behind the person you elect.
Okay. And
then you just kind of have snaking lines. You straighten them out if you want, or you count. Someone have to go and count them. Everyone's standing there, and you get pictures, of the lines, so we know how many people actually were there in case anyone wants to know.
Mhm.
Could go back in time and make up something, right?
Yeah.
That's the actual documentation of it, really. One of them, Maybe everybody just snaps a shot and they can put it all together. If someone has a false AI image, it doesn't match with everyone else's,
Right.
Anyway, so that's how you could prove it. But everybody there on the spot knows, and there you go. And so the downside is, of course, it's public, and you can see, oh, this guy's popular. I want to go to him. But whatever. You get to actually choose.
So let's say that happened, and naturally you had 30 lines. People just kind of like generally mated themselves out into that 30. Then
Just
what
30,
would
right?
how would you consolidate that, or would you need to?
Right, and that makes sense because the people that are just standing by themselves would go, well, I'm just wasting my time by myself.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much of any. I'm going to go join somebody, and they would just group up to a point of things.
Yeah,
so,
but like say we had a group of 50 over here, and then we had a group of 200 over here, and then we had a group of anyway.
So 30, and then it comes down to only 30 representatives for whatever reason.
Yeah,
out of the 1,000.
Right.
Okay. Well, actually, then that's going to be like maybe 80 would be the most, maybe, or something.
We're trying to decide, like, is there a threshold for where you need more consolidation?
From that 30 would be too many.
Well, that's what I'm asking. Is there?
Oh, that's the thing. Okay, there you go. So you have 30. You line them up, and you look at it, and you say, well, but before this, you have it already established how you're going to do it. The benchmarking, right? Mm-hmm. So the boar is the whole animal,
right?
And chop off the tail. That's the bacon.
Mm-hmm.
And so everyone will always want the bacon. The mayor's going to want to speak to the bacon, not some random psychopath that didn't bathe for 10 days. So, they're invited into buildings, and so it's like, you got to be. It's all kinds of problems. So, yeah.
Okay, so you have 30 people that represent this body, more or less, right? Like the people kind of consolidate into that rough grouping.
Oh, I thought you were saying the board is entirely 30 people. Like everybody goes into naturally on their own to 30 people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Okay.
So you narrow it down to 30. Then what happens?
Well, that's the body of representative.
Okay.
Board, the body of elected representatives.
Yeah. So you don't need to we need to elect a president, or I guess they can do whatever they want. Kind of thing?
Yeah. It's total anarchy. There are no rules. This is just simply a number above their head. Mm-hmm. I represent 50 people. I speak for 40. I speak for 32. Mm-hmm. So on and so on.
Right.
And so when they're talking to the mayor, she might go, I'm going to talk to, now if she says I want to talk to 42 and 33, but not 27, and then she wants to skip people, that's not going to work, you see? You can see very blatantly how the abuse of the system. Right. Currently, you don't see that. She goes and handpicks people from that crowd, and this is who I'm going to talk to. Yeah.
What if, though, like out of the 1,000, one person had 200, and then everybody else had something tiny, like you're saying, 20 or 30? Like, would that 200 just kind of like de facto be the representative of the group? Or would there be a way of kind of like, all right, everyone else lines up beside them?
Yeah, I'm not sure what you're saying.
So you got 1,000 people total. And then one person just kind of like somehow gets like 200 people out of that 1,000, right? Which is, I would think, okay, so that's a sizable group. And everyone else has like a modest...
200 is enormous. That's probably never going to happen, but...
Right. Okay. So, but I was just saying, so someone is super popular and they get 200. Then everyone else gets 30, 40, something like that, right? So we got this one person that represents, 20% of the body, but only 20%. And then there's all these other smaller, but it's a bunch of them, right? So how do you balance that in terms of, you're the mayor, I guess, what do you...
Oh, it's up to the mayor because, right, if the current world we live in, the mayor will do whatever they want to do.
Right.
But we will all know whether the mayor is doing something fair or not. Mm. If she takes the person with the 200, a lot of people would say that's fair. Mm. They would, because the natural way people think, like today, if everyone, even if they understood one-to-one, we naturally think, oh, well, I guess first past the post, that person got the most votes.
Right.
So a lot of people might be just sheepled into accepting that. But it's up to them, however they want to act. If they really knew what was going on, they would realize, what the hell are you doing, lady? That's 20% of people, Mm-hmm. The next 5 represent another 50%.
Right.
Why wouldn't you just have 5 more people in the room, Mm-hmm. The meeting room is so small, you can only fit one person. I mean, there's no reason for it. There's no justification. Everybody would see through that and be upset about that. Mm-hmm. So inevitably, in the end, then she's going to include a certain amount. That's what I mean. She's going to include like 2/3 of people. So, and this is there's 3 sort of methods you would benchmark. This is what I would talk about on the show all the time. There are 3 methods. So we have the bore. We're going to go by the number of seats. Like we can fit 5 people in the room.
Yeah.
Or 50, whatever.
Yeah.
It's a number of seats. Or number of votes. If you got 1,000 or 1,000 people, then if you got 20 votes, you're in. Something like that. I don't know, whatever. The number of votes. Or the percentage of votes. We take the first guy with the most. Okay, how much percent do we have in the bore already? With the 200, we say 20%. We take the next guy. Now we got 28%. We keep adding until we get 67%, or whatever, some predetermined amount.
Right.
And there you go. 2/3, I would go. And 2/3 is going to probably always be good. So on the fly like that, a chaotic situation, 2/3 would be very good. The mayor would probably end up with 2/3. That way everybody knows, well, if she listened to 2/3 of us, I mean, it's the best you're going to get, really.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I would say.
Yeah.
Would end up being as well as it suggests, you know. And then who knows what that would be? Like it could be that the 200 are a cult of psychopaths are going to kill themselves, and everyone realizes that once this. That's the benefit of the bore. It's like we start to see what this guy's saying, and we go, "What? 20% of people voted for this guy? That's like we're gonna drink the Kool-Aid and like, yeah, I'll see you guys later." You know, just the reality of what the group is as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so the motivation. What motivates people? Have you heard of this Vroom's expectancy theory of motivation?
No. It sounds like some online bullshit.
Oh yeah,
Vroom?
sure.
Like whose name is Vroom?
Vroom AI. Or they have Bloom's taxonomy. Oh no, it's Bloom AI's taxonomy. It's all been rewritten. AI's rule. Don't you use AI's rules of order?
Probably should.
Valence. What do you got?
No, go ahead.
Okay, so valence is so the value. So I'm thinking about having a body of elected representatives. Why don't people want that? The value of the rewards. Do people see the value in having no, they don't. I don't think they do. Right?
Correct.
Okay. The belief in that their effort will help. I mean, obviously, if you don't get to that part, I guess you don't get to any further. You don't believe effort will help. Yeah, they the belief in the fruition. They don't believe anything. So no one believes anything. I mean, it's just like what's so you have to do it. You have to live it. We have to have a commune where we use 1-to-1, and look, everyone's living in utopia. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. I mean, I think it does have to start small, though, right? I think you do have to have, like you were saying, like you have a school board meeting, and that's how you do it, right? Well, all right, we're using the board method this time, and then we would just do it.
So the value of the rewards is when there's a need. Like during the pandemic would have been perfect, right? People would go, "What's going on?" The Iran war. If you're saying it's really unpopular, that would be a thing. Some kind of thing you unite again around.
Right.
And like I've said, I think you understand. Like once you unite around a specific issue, you have a board to go back to on other issues.
Yeah.
Even though the board doesn't exist anymore, maybe 3 years later. You follow me?
No.
Didn't get so you form a board, an Iran war. We've settled the war. The war's over. Whatever happens, happens. Okay. Everyone goes back home. Everyone's just living their life.
Yeah.
Something else happens. We need to form a board. Well, the first thing people are going to do is, talk. They're going to go to the social media accounts of their people that were in the previous board. They're going to be tapping into those people.
Right.
What do you think about this? Can you speak on my behalf? It's going to be kind of just instantly reviving an old board, until the system for making board are there, and we just have we know we make a new board, but that one's already there. In other words, waiting. These people still exist.
Sure.
Everybody knows what their previous RQ was.
Okay, I guess that makes sense. I guess I was just thinking people may or may not be more prone to use the same people they used before, but I guess that makes sense.
The trust. I guess the trust. We did these. They had this in the past. We know this guy actually had, 58,000 RQ in the past. I mean, that's a real thing we know.
Sure.
Because whenever you're forming boar in the chaos of the early days, what I call the boar wars, it's going to be all kinds of competing boars, chaos. People don't know what they're doing. And you can't trust anything necessarily. So an old boar that actually was trusted at one time, is going to reign supreme. And then what they really want to get them to do is, if that ever happens, if this ever comes to fruition, and you're sitting there in this you have a former boar, you want to get them to create the new boar. Oversee the new boar. The old trusted boar needs to oversee the new boar.
Right.
Even if it was just soap quality, whatever the hell it was something, I guess. Okay, so whatever. That's a thing. You got anything?
I heard on the news today that we have just passed the point where like our debt, payment on our debt is more than our income.
Oh,
which is problematic, obviously. Like I thought about this. Like there will come a point, like back in the early days of the Tea Party, like where, like right now our debt's kind of bad, but we can still pay it. But like at some point, we won't even be able to pay the interest on all the money we're making. What are we gonna do? Right. Apparently, we actually just hit that, but it doesn't seem to be on the radar like it ought to be. Right. I mean, it doesn't seem like everyone's worried about the debt, and like we are past the point of like being actually able to pay it unless we do something radical. And
this is why, if we come together, what do you think everyone's going to agree to?
Someone else paying for it.
Absolutely. Or we are not paying for it.
Yeah.
In fact, maybe no one's going to pay for it, but we ain't paying for it. Right. So here's the thing, kids. If you're a kid, you never voted, holy shit. I mean, aren't you off the hook on this one? I mean, you don't have to pay for things that you didn't buy. I mean, isn't that a rule of the universe that every entity follows?
Okay.
Okay, so here's how, one way we can do this is cutoff age. The old United States, if you're a certain age, that's it. Cannot be held responsible. You haven't even voted yet. How could you be responsible? Everyone older than that will be held responsible for that debt.
Okay.
When the last person dies, what the hell are you going to do? I don't know.
Right. Yeah.
We give a piece of paper to everybody that we owed money. That guy owed money to. It's like, sorry, he's dead now.
Oh gosh.
Suckers.
So we're gonna have like the old era U.S. bankruptcy, like only bankruptcy for this part of the the United States.
Right.
Okay.
But those people will be taken care of because the younger generations are like, you're covering for us, so what do you need? What do you need? Oh, well, he's living in my shed out back, and the shed is like a giant palace.
I mean,
you gotta think big, Dubs.
All right. I'm open to this.
But seriously, you don't have to pay for something you didn't buy. That is a fact of the universe. So understand that, make it, own it, and then you have United States 2, what I'm saying, like, okay, we'll start a new one, and the United States 2 will be these people below this age or whatever. And that's when they start, and I'm suggesting when you start, don't ever lend us money. Anyone that lends you money, immediately declare we'll never pay you back. Laugh at them. Everybody on social media post how stupid these guys were, or thank you for joking around and giving us pretend money that we'll never pay back. Okay. So what else? Because there's just a lot to talk about with that. Because that's where it really gets fun.
Yeah, I mean that was just kind of the thing. I was like, oh my gosh, because I mean we just have, like, we've had so many discussions about budget, funding things. We had the government shut down for like a record shutdown here recently for funding of shit, and like they just can't. We have a dysfunctional like group right now.
Yeah.
How do you think board would improve that? Like,
the board would say what I'm saying. I believe most people would say, you don't spend money you don't have. That just doesn't happen.
Yeah. Well, but that's not how it works with governments, right?
Well, have we talked about separating into the House of Men and the House of Women?
I think
this is very pertinent to the budget issue.
I think we have talked about this, like vaguely, but go ahead.
Like if the women would be, oh no, the bar budget is 85 million trillion. And like, we're like, nope, but that's not what we have. And so we would not ever say yes to that. They would eventually come around and say, okay, well, we actually do need to function and do things. You know how women are, right? Like in relationships, at least, they're like, you never admit you're wrong, but the guy ends up getting his way all the time.
Feels like that happens sometimes.
I had to write down for Casey. I had a little thing on the little bulletin board of how I'm always getting my way. I got to remember this. I think I'm living in hell, but I'm like, wait a minute. Everything we argue over, she's completely against it, degrading me, horrifying, and we end up with me getting whatever I want. I'm like, how in the hell? Why are we going through the theatrics of the pretend that we're not going to do this?
Well, I don't feel like that has always been the case for me. So maybe that's more your situation.
I am very obstinate. Now you're obstinate too, is what I would
Yeah.
hear. I hear from
Oh well.
people online.
Well, maybe that's true, but yeah.
Well, the
I think
Chestertonian thing is obstinance, right?
I mean, I feel it doesn't seem. That's not how I describe it for sure.
And you keep not understanding one-to-one. It's like you don't. So I don't. So it's really the psychology, and this is what I need your feedback for: is what is going through your head when you hear about it. Oh, you know what? I thought maybe an exercise we should do is where you insult me, like in different ways.
Okay.
Should we do that right now?
Sure.
Okay. So, like, can you insult me? Like, what ways?
So, your shorts are too short.
Okay, that is like a second grade insult.
Well, I didn't know what you're looking for.
No, dig into me. What is wrong with Beau? Why should Beau take his own life? Is really
gosh. I mean,
I'm going to put a loaded revolver here. Your goal.
no, too well. I guess that's the kind of person I'm not. I would never do that to a person, right?
Yeah, and you know what's funny is I'm not that way at all, and that's why I like comedy, like Red Bar, who's a real contrarian, negative, hateful person, right?
Yeah.
He's turned his kind of hate into something he can make money off of, I guess. Mm-hmm. And it's like, I need hateful people because I am not hateful. Like a Plinkett, I need people to be critical because I think, I just watched the Star Wars movie. It was good, I guess. I don't really know any better.
Yeah. Well, I think you can be critical without being hateful, though.
Yeah. You don't need to be hateful. But I mean, motivates you to be critical, I guess.
Yeah. And I think that, and some people are better suited than me. A lot of people are better suited than me, I think, to be critical. I think I am more accommodating, just generally.
But like this Red Bar guy, he's super critiquing every aspect of a person, their program, everything, and it's helpful. Mm-hmm. It's helpful to me. Like, that's why I put these red lights up, because he critiques people like, what? You didn't put any thought into what you're going to have on camera? Like, this is still crappy as hell, but like before.
Right. Yeah.
Well, yeah, it wasn't any light. It was nothing. I was like, wait a minute. Because then I look at myself. I go, wait a minute. What am I putting out there? Nothing there? When I had the lights all lined up against the wall where no one could see them, and I can't even see them.
Right.
And so I'm like, yeah, why, and so it's kind of a theater class, or how to put together things, and just a super caustic theater teacher, which we actually had when we grew up. We had Miss Barbe, who's like a sassy, caustic kind of person, but lovable, total character.
Interesting. I feel like as a parallel, but I don't think it ties in directly. But like, there's a bully in my school, and like he was just an ass to everyone. But like he was on my baseball team, and he was so judgmental. And if you screwed up in any way, he was going to call you out. Like, you didn't catch a ball, you didn't do this, you didn't do that. Like, he raised the bar for that, and he was a jerk. And it was effective, I think. He made me a better baseball player, even though I hated him. And I actually respect that now, and I don't know how I feel about that. Because, like, I do feel like he was valuable, but I never liked the guy. Still kind of resent him in some ways. But
yeah, it's unrefined value. I mean, you need that guy on the hunt, but if you had the ability, you would tone that down or hone it.
Right.
So, and I guess what the process is, like an elder kind of approaches them and guides them. And if you're ever trying to change the behavior of somebody, I almost want to ask you, like, well, but it's so vague. You need to be positive. Do you know that?
I think so. I think
basically only respond to positive feedback.
Right.
Negative feedback, just forget it. I mean, go ahead and do it because you're going to do it. You're a homo. You're an idiot. You're going to screw up and be negative with your kids and your loved ones and all that. But just, that's not even anything that is changing anything. That's not the game at all. The game plan is be positive. Catch them being right. What are they doing that's right? But we talked about this with the kids going to school. Well, at least you showed up to school.
Right. Yeah, but isn't that in contradiction to what you were just saying about like the reviews and like the lighting and stuff? Like if he'd been reviewing you, would you have been like, well, I'm too offended to like take that on board? Or is it because it was about someone else that you were like, okay, well, now I can learn from it?
Oh, if he was reviewing me, I don't think there is when I feel that sense of, oh my God, I don't like this being criticized, because I do get this sense of, oh my God, what if anyone actually found out about my YouTube channel? But my reaction, it's so scary, but it's like, yeah, but that's what needs to happen. You know what I mean? It's like, and somebody, there's a guy, Jeremy from the Quartering, which you would not know about. It's some YouTuber. He rose on the anti-SJW thing. Do you know what SJWs are?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so a lot of these guys are kind of legacy. So we got little legacies, these waves of just extra dead weight. They don't offer anything. They got famous for nothing really, pointing out like, this person's crazy. Yeah, that person is crazy, but did you have anything to offer? Right. But they were so crazy, you know what I mean? And some people really made an art form of exposing the woke psychotics.
Yeah. Is this like Gamergate stuff, or is it like some other?
The Gamergate crowd certainly connected to that and that part. Sure.
Yeah. So the person you're talking about, though?
He might have been later than that or whatever. But
okay, yeah.
Anyway, he's kind of having a meltdown of self-destruction and lashing at everybody. And even people that used to do podcasts with him, this other guy, Barry, he put together, like, it's like, Jeremy, come on, dude, this is not appropriate. He's flagging other people. What do you call it? So if someone has a clip of me, they take a clip of this live stream and they're like, look, Beau's an idiot. I hate Beau. And I go, what? I can go to YouTube and go, he took my clip without permission, and click a button.
Okay.
And the dude got busted with doing a live. So like, how I'm afraid to show what's on the live stream, right?
Yeah.
Because who's what's on my screen and different things. Because everyone's being busted because he shows us for a glimpse for a second, right? It's like his email is there.
Right.
And he got an email that starts off, thank you for your report to YouTube about, and so, someone's like done investigations of, is there any email, that title of an email only comes if you have done a data report against somebody, or what do you call it? Copyright.
Yeah.
Right?
Uh-huh.
And he's been the whole time, meanwhile, on social media threatening, I'm going to destroy you guys. I'm going to destroy you. You're going to regret, you're going to rue the day. And so he's obviously the guy that's guilty. And he's got the smoking gun. And he's like not even backing down. He's just melting down. But this is the whole thing. It's like, why is that interesting? Why am I even talking about it? I mean, I guess but see, like, to you, what's that? It's interesting because it's the drama. This is the...
Right, yeah.
But there is a psychological benefit to what we're understanding, what we're talking about. But ultimately, when we are interested in this, we're interested in the drama. I mean, I don't know if a bore would be healthier for people or not. I feel like a bore is like the eyes of everybody. So if the eyes of everybody could be on that situation in Jeremy, and he knew every single person in the community, the bore, I mean, everyone's represented.
Yeah.
So anyone that gives a shit about what's going on is looking at this one thing right now. You follow me?
Well, yeah, but how would do that? What is the visibility? That's one thing I don't think I'm clear on.
Okay.
How would they see?
So there's a bore of YouTubers. And so I have union.com, which is a great domain. YOUNION.com.
Okay.
I mean, this is great. It could be YouTubers. It could be anything, really. I was thinking it would be where people would come together and form unions of this type, unions of that type, and not necessarily working unions, obviously, just any kind of group.
Yeah.
But Jeremy, I don't even know what we're saying.
I think it's more. What's the methodology for visibility of the bore? Like, okay, you've got these.
So there's a bore of YouTube people that oversee who's being nice and YouTube decorum, I guess, right? That'd be the bore of YouTube decorum for all YouTubers.
Yeah.
And it could be even per viewer, like the number of viewers you have, like Mr. Beast has more influence, or it could be per YouTuber, which would be a weird way of doing it because you can just make a bunch of accounts, I guess, or something. Right. I don't know. But that bore, if there was a fair bore, they would be looking at this case, then this case, then this case.
Because like people
they'll eventually come to you. And you see, the reality is they will all be looking at you one day. If you do something cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, for sure.
Oh, you're saying the board will look at you.
All eyes of the board will be looking at you specifically. Do you see why? Because they're deciding this is the most important case. They're like a Supreme Court or something.
Okay.
They're like, I want to look at this case. And everybody says, okay, this is the case we're going to go with. We're going to look at this one. They'll have a docket, right? I guess it'd be like a case, a court case, right? They have a docket. And they go, we're going to look at this guy and this guy and this guy. In fact, if you knew you're fifth on the list, Jeremy would be like, what? Okay, he'd be like cleaning up his act. Actually, he's been deleting Discords and stuff, which is super suspicious. But maybe that's the right thing to do. You're like, erase your history, start over,
Yeah,
pretend you're somebody else.
Yeah.
I don't know, but whatever, so whatever the issue is, they would know someone's coming. They know that's coming anyway.
Okay. No, I was thinking more like when you say all the eyes, though, it seems like in this case it would be the eyes of the boar, right? But then that would be reflected. I'm just wondering, would there be like public notes, or how would the public be exposed to that sort of thing? Or is it just kind of like it would filter out through people talking about what happened in the board discussion? That's the piece of it where I'm not clear.
They're not.
Like if I have Mr. Beast representing me in the board, and then
Why is he representing you?
Because I just chose.
Oh, I see. You chose Mr. Beast.
Yeah. But how do I get
He gets-
visibility into him judging some other YouTuber? Like, is there any mechanism to feedback to me? Is it just more that the board has done something?
Pass. No, so the boar is there. Mr. Beast is on this boar,
right?
And if you voted for him, then he's representing you.
Right.
If we did it with RQ, straight up per YouTuber.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What is the?
I'm just wondering, is there any feedback mechanism for me to see what's happening to the person you're talking about? Because you said the eyes of the boar.
You're seeing what's happening. It's not secret.
How am I seeing it? Like that's my question.
However they want to do it. I mean, there would be a need to see it.
Yeah.
So people would be talking about it, so there'd be people reporting on it if no one. That's why the boar has an incentive to have their own kind of reporting, and they have their official boar reports, official like a C-SPAN for the boar kind of thing, right? Yeah. Especially because they're YouTubers, they'd be all.
Yeah, they'd be all.
Everyone's YouTubing on their own channel, right? So it's all public, and they're talking about it, and everybody's talking about that. In fact, that's what I mean. That's what we're talking about. The actual representation, instead of what we're told to talk about, or what Owl thinks, Mr. Gritham, this guy that everybody's so respectful of, it's just unreal. Well, because the problem with the algorithm controlling everything is that's what we look at, not what we want to look at. Mm-hmm. From the perspective, okay. So you understand that part, or maybe
I do, but I mean, I'm curious. Like, I don't think we've talked about it, so maybe you need to explain that more.
Well, currently, the way YouTube operates is a person has more things, more that. It's all because of the algorithm, right? Mm-hmm. And what's that based on? What people look at. Like if I click on TNA, TNA, the algorithm thinks, oh, well, I'm just going to, I guess you want to see that. But I don't want to see it. I'm doing that. I watch these drama videos, but I don't want to watch it. I want to watch the story. I want to watch people resolve problems or something. You know what I mean? I guess if you click on drama videos, what you really want is to have that resolved. Like in your heart, as a human being who's a real person that exists in the community, you don't want the drama.
See, I think people do like the drama.
Well, then they enjoy it, but then enough cooler heads will prevail because once the drama becomes violent, like it is now.
Yeah.
Like, are you aware of how much the Democrats talk about killing Trump and all this crazy shit?
I'm sure it's out there. I did. Yeah.
But you haven't really seen it.
No. I mean, yeah. Only I don't think I frequent the sorts of places I would see that sort of thing.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. So maybe we'll do something like that. But what are we gonna do? Get another?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I'm gonna move around and talk about myself. So I'll just talk to myself about this. InfoWars has been taken over by The Onion. You know that, right?
I did hear that. Yes.
Yeah, it's official. And now Tim Heidecker on InfoWars, I guess, is doing an impersonation of Alex Jones.
That's awesome.
And all that. So you think that's awesome?
I do think that's awesome.
Because you love Alex and you want to promote him.
Clearly.
I mean, this is my point. Is like, this is promoting Alex. This is building sympathy for Alex. This is not exactly what people want. But
you think it's going to have the reverse effect?
It's called the regular human effect. Like if you're not a hateful psychopath who wants to, you have a certain target list that you want pain and anguish. Is that what's going on? Everyone has a target list that they want pain and anguish for people. Like they have personal enemies. They have certain people.
I mean, to me, it's just kind of like come up in some level. But
I feel like that was the message that the Christ monster was supposed to be delivering. Is like, you shouldn't be swelling full of hatred towards people. It's kind of eating you alive and making you some sort of monster that promotes these people. So this is regardless of whatever's going on, maybe it's healthy to do this, but my point is you're promoting Alex Jones. When I did a negative thing, Inside the Mind of a Deranged Lunatic was my segment of my show, and it was very derogatory. It was just like overtly, childishly derogatory. But I knew that I was promoting him, and I would, if anyone brought that up, I'm like, yeah, I'm promoting Alex Jones.
Right.
Because I have no problem promoting him. I want people to know that there's conspiracy theories. If that's the kind of elementary level politics you're at, you need to know the government lies to you. What are you, in third grade? I mean, that's like a kindergarten thing. So, I mean, but he is at that kindergarten level. That's the problem. He doesn't, and he was anti-solution, right?
I mean, I believe that. But...
Oh, no, there's conversations like, Beau, you can't, you're out about solutions. You need to focus on the problem. I mean, literally, like,
right.
You're doing the wrong thing, Beau. Focus on the problem. And it wasn't to hurt me. He's looking out for me. He's like looking out for my like career, because he felt like I was a guy wanting the career like that.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's what I was in for. To be popular. I mean, but it's not popular. I mean, it's something he would say in public. He wasn't saying it to be popular. He really genuinely thought that I'm making people aware, like that whole
but it seems like he also understood that solving the problem isn't what's going to make you popular. So, like, if you want to make money,
that's what I believe he was, he's trying to justify why he is about problems.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, someone comes up, because I would talk about solutions and talk about how he doesn't have solutions. And then when we were having this war, someone asked him on his show, like, what do you have what solutions are you about? And that's when he had like a big fit. That's when I got a great quote. It's like, you want the solution? People of America are evil trash. Isn't that great?
Oh, that is good.
And he's like so frustrated, which is a valid frustration. I mean, everyone on the earth is.
I mean, evil trash is a little harsh. I don't know.
Well, he's hyperbolic, and that's the real issue. Because I think I told you about how he broke up with Owen Troyer, was a guy helping a show, and Owen went on his own, which is typical. The process is you grow up and you have your own show one day.
Yeah.
And he stuck with him for a long time. He was a right-hand man to this guy, and he's like, Owen Troyer's a piece of shit. He like goes on, and he's barging into shows. And it was like exactly like he did on my show. He would barge in with his own personal psychotic agenda about personal things that didn't matter,
Yeah.
The news thinks I'm crazy or something. It wasn't even that, because he wasn't that popular really at the time. So
you need to replay some of these things. Like, I would love to see some of this. Like, this is the kind of thing I would love to see a clip of. Like, you should like replay some.
Oh, okay. So the Alex and I drama, right?
Yeah.
Also, because the big selling point is because I need to say that Alex did not SA me. Do you know what SA is?
No.
They're not saying it on YouTube, so I don't know why I can't say it's to force yourself on someone in a physical way for pleasure.
Oh, gotcha. I see. I would have. I mean, I had no reason to think that. Okay, so
I like that angle because this is a totally different thing, sub story of this whole thing. So I dated two Jews, right? Not the same time. If you do Jews, you got to do them both at the same time. They balance out. I didn't tell you.
No.
Okay. No. It was back in the day. It's like 2000, and then back in A&M. So there's the good Jew of the West, and then the evil Jew of the wicked Jew of the West, of the East. And so the wicked Jew of the East had a radio show on Co-op where she talked about. Have I drinking too much or something?
I don't think so. I think
I'm spilling a lot of beans tonight. So she had a radio show, and she told the Co-op radio. You know what that was? 91.7. It was like a co-op of a bunch of different neighborhood things.
Okay.
I'm sure there were climate change, environmentalist types. There's the gay community. There's the Hispanic community. There's all other kind of pre-woke, all these intersectional things were their own thing. LGBT radio shows. It's a radio show.
Yeah, I guess I didn't run into it.
Okay. And it was shared with UT, KUT something.
Okay.
KUT.
Huh. Well, I listen to KUT, but I feel like came on NPR with the NPR station, right?
So it was half KUT and then half 91.7 for a long time. Maybe before that it had its own thing or something.
Okay.
It was started by Jim Ellinger, which I don't know where he is, but he was at Public Access. He was a character. Anyway, so she had a show, and she tells me that she told the Gay Show, which is a radio show of gay people, right? Like prominent gay people. They have a radio show. I don't know how important they are to the gay community, but they run a radio show. So they're gay people who talk on a radio show for gay people. I don't know if no one listens or whatever, but anyway, she told them that actually Alex and I were gay lovers, and that's why there was a caustic argument between us.
Wait, she said that about you?
Yeah, she said that about me.
Okay.
And
while you guys were together, or this was like bad breakup?
We broke up every 6 days. I measured it at the end. I kept track of it, and it was like, this is an actual. I'm never going to talk to this psycho again. It was. That's why
we're saying that you literally probably did that, right? You probably literally have like the notes.
I have an entire. I have a note. That's when I took notes of how much we had sex, and because I was like, you are being way too selfish in bed, and I've got the paperwork. I mean, it was right from the bat. Like, it was just, manipulative person. I mean, and all the red flags are there. So I knew what I was getting into, but it was nonetheless, it was amazing how abuse makes you want to get back in that, it's like, get me off of this ride. Get me off of this ride. I want to be back on. I want to be back on. I was like, what's going on here? That was just unreal.
Well, and now you were dating at the same time another girl?
No.
Oh, okay. Just not at the same time.
No, the Jews were separated by a decade or two.
Okay, sorry. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Never date Jews in the same decade. No, the other one was blonde, blue-haired, Ashkenazi, lovely, amazing person, California, wonderful, beautiful. They thought, because we went to Hillel, we went to the temple, and we did the Jew thing.
Oh.
And everybody thought I was the Jew, and she wasn't. And,
interesting.
And it was great because it was actually, the experience there was so fantastic because at A&M it's a very Christian dominant world, and they'll take out full page ads like Jesus is Lord, kill the Jews or whatever. So it was great to be a part of a small community, really like a few dozen people, and it kind of like I got the Jew experience of huddling together. Like, we got to stick together. But yeah, they don't want. They're not looking for people. Rabbi told me very clearly. He's like, yeah, we're not. No.
Yeah. Well, I mean that's
you can be a friend of the Jews. I mean, I actually thought about converting. Do you know if you convert to Judaism, you have to have your penis pricked and blood comes from it, even if you're circumcised already?
No, did not know that.
That is like, see. So if you were talking about you don't want people in your club.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you want to join? Go ahead. Well, the first thing you got to do. Hold on, let me get my drawer of tiny instruments of torture. Oh yeah. No. That goes into a different issue, which did come up on the show. Of am I circumcised or not? I thought I was not circumcised. Apparently, I am.
Wait, why did you think you weren't?
Because I have what I would call a foreskin. But apparently it's not enough.
Oh, okay.
I mean, there was a trimming.
Did you get a partial?
Yeah, like I guess everything was long in the 70s, like hair and foreskin, apparently. And so that's what happened. That was actually that was a learning experience to learn that I was not. And then to see what because also one of the things on the show was I'm the father of circumcision awareness, because do you want to reveal whether you're circumcised or not?
I am circumcised, yeah.
Okay, well, I'm sorry for you because my theory is you don't have the sensitivity of your penis.
I've been told, and I believe it's probably true.
You think so?
Yeah.
I think I might have had this conversation have we had this conversation?
I don't think so.
You do remember the conversation?
I feel like I would remember this.
Have we talked about penis sensitivity? With InfoWars in the background. Whatever. Are we done with this? I think we've gone as far as we go.
If we mucked this completely.
Wow. Yeah, I got really into penis sensitivity. not to boast, but my penis is very sensitive. Is that on my dating profile? Which is what we need to get into. If we're going to put together a website, it's got to get human beings together in person, and it's about connecting people by their philosophy, reality, right? I'm saying reality is where we meet. Like if someone believes Jesus is real, and then someone thinks they're not, that's a completely different reality.
Mm-hmm.
It's I don't even know if those people should be in the same party.
Oh, but I mean, so many people believe so many different things.
Yeah, go where you want to go.
Because so many people believe in astrology. Then.
God, and yes, they do.
And
this is why we need a board of white liberal women. Oh my God, do we? These people, they're victims. You know what I mean? I look at white liberal women and I'm like, I don't even know what it would be like. I have an ex-girlfriend who calls me every once in a while, right? And she just starts kind of blithering on about how, we care for each other or something. And then, but I can't believe you're not a liberal. I'm like, what? Like and then I forget it, oh my God. And then I literally tell her, you are a fascist, left-wing psychopath that has tried to kill me because you're part of this group of people that I don't want anything to do with you. I don't have anything against you. And I feel bad about it, but I'm not interested in people that are woke at all.
I mean, it doesn't seem unreasonable to have that perspective, especially if you said they try to kill you. What does that mean?
Oh, woke would kill a white, male, healthy, middle-aged.
Yeah, what is it? Kill all.
Anyone that's the opposite of all of the intersectional oppressed.
Yeah. Okay.
And I seem to be at the hub of that, especially now at 56. That's middle-aged. I'm right. They're against middle-aged.
Yeah. Yeah, you're actually the worst of everything.
And I told you about that time after the Charlottesville riot. We went down there to give kind of honor that woman that was killed.
Yeah.
And they did the progressive stacking.
Yeah.
And so old people got in front of the line. Young people got, me, my characteristics, nothing. Never. Don't want to hear from you at all.
No. The back of the bus.
So that's the story of oppression. When you come back from oppression, you want to go overboard and you want to go over. Okay. So somehow I wanted to bring up. So when you make fun of people, you're building sympathy for them. So this image, as fun as it is and all that, it builds sympathy for Alex Jones.
Yeah, I mean, it is kind of great. I mean, that's hilarious. I actually wouldn't think that that's a making fun of thing. I would think that's just hilarious.
Well, it's promoting him. I'm promoting him because,
well, he also looks kind of cut there, too. So it's kind of oh, well, shit.
Like that roller girl.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But I was thinking more like the arms, right? The arms kind of
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and then that's a natural thing for older men, right?
Yeah. Let's say that's true. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's what I've got. Okay. But you got a six-pack, you're saying?
Oh, no. But I'm not that exactly. But.
Oh, yeah, you're less than that. Okay, so what was I going to say? Okay, so that the frog thing was real, right? There was a study when he reported.
Oh, we're talking about gay frogs? Is that what this is about? Okay.
Now, he was wrong that it wasn't gay. It was turning them to be female. That's what's even more shocking. Did you know that? I mean, that's the study. And whether it was real or not or reproducible.
Yeah. I actually do remember hearing something about that. Yeah.
And so that kind of stuff is fascinating. So
but nature's so weird. Chemical. But nature's so weird. Nothing about that surprises me, right? We have animals that already do that, right? They just change their sex. It's wild. Nature's just kind of weird sometimes.
Oh yeah. Okay, so let's move on.
Nice. Good.
Do you remember this?
I heard about this news thing, but it wasn't on my list, and I'm glad you have it because, this is interesting.
Unreal. One of the big, and it's apparently, it could all be made up. The FBI could be lying. Not the first time, I guess. But there's bank trails of these people writing.
No, this was part of a lawsuit, right? That. This wouldn't be, I think, made up whole cloth kind of thing.
Well, there's emails from people saying, yes, that's our bank account. Emails, there's verification of all of this things.
Right.
People involved are known to be who they are. But basically, SPLC, this complete left-wing thing that criticized Alex Jones and everybody else in the world.
You should say the name, right?
SPLC?
Yeah.
Southern Poverty Law Center.
Right.
And that was because black people, right?
I think, yeah, historically, right?
Yeah.
That was their main emphasis.
And then they just latched in, and so then they took over. So again, like the Boer, so if there was a real need, black people are being denied to vote, the Boer forms, and then when there's no more need, it disappears. It's
right.
a self-cleaning bureaucracy. And so it's perfect for if you're an anarchist, which would be, unless you're an agorist, because you'd have to pull your head out of your anus first. Okay, so then, this is how much money they gave to everybody, $3 million. I thought it was more, but $3 million's plenty.
Oh, it's amazing that the Planet of the Unite the Right. I hadn't seen that piece of it. That's beautiful.
So because one of the things everybody's saying is Alex Jones was right because he was like, he called it that they did that.
Mm-hmm.
But see, what he's doing is he's guessing. So
yeah, he says so much. Like
from a guy who knows his MO, he just takes whatever he hears and just relays it. Literally, like whatever he hears. He will report something if you just said it to him right before he went on.
Right.
You know that, right?
I mean, I don't know, but
yeah, that's happened. He's like this place is Michigan's showing their flag at half staff because of this, and he goes online and someone just tells him something, and then he goes online and says it online. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's like most people. Most people just kind of say whatever they just heard, and
I think we all kind of have that natural tendency, I would think, especially if we trust the source.
Yeah, so that's why I don't have a problem with people saying things and him saying whatever he can say. Actually, I don't think anybody should be criticized for anything they say ever. Full verbal freedom.
Have you been following the Hassan Piker thing?
Oh, why would you be interested in him?
He's just come up actually in like maybe 4 or 5 of the podcasts I listen to. So he suddenly got visibility out of nowhere, and so I've heard some like pretty scathing critiques of him, and like some had the receipts, so it's like, oh yeah, okay, this guy's he said some really awful things.
Oh yeah, he's got receipts all day for days because he is showing it to the world all the time. He's a live streamer.
Yeah.
He'll eat food in live stream. That kind of person that's just raking it in. He's multimillionaire, all that.
Right. And so I think when he like stepped over into politics is when he kind of like crossed the threshold into like hitting the things that I listen to, because he's showing up. I think at some like
he's been in politics for
has he
6
been
years at least.
Okay, well like there were like at least a couple instances where they had folks that were like showing up, like having him there with them, like showing up and like, oh, here he's supporting me, whatever we like.
The other streamers and stuff?
No, I'm the people running for office in this case.
Oh, yeah, yes, exactly. Because see, they're billing him as the answer to Joe Rogan. Right. Joe Rogan's for the right, and then he's for the left.
Yeah.
Except, again, they're not vetting themselves. They have no idea what's going on. Things are getting in when they are not, measured and understood. Anyone that pays attention would say this is absurd.
Yeah. Well, and I had no idea, but like I heard him get trashed or whatever, and I was like, whatever. And then I don't know if you ever heard of the Lost Debate podcast, but the guy that runs that, he did a couple episodes where he just really went like deep on some of the stuff he'd done and just like replaying things he'd said, and it's just like, holy shit, this guy says some really awful things.
Yeah, but then, in his defense, I guess, if you're going to say shocking things like, I'm the king of penis sensitivity or something, it is a kind of a live casting scenario, probably that's what he hides behind.
Sure.
But they're crazy, over the top things, like killing landlords. Do you remember that one? I want the blood of landlords to run like a psychopathic Sumerian general, back in the ancient days.
Right. Well, no, actually, I didn't hear that one, but I did hear like multiple times, like this guy said 1,000 things. I'm just going to pick like 5. The 5 things he said, where he said he told some Vietnamese woman that was like saying something about like fleeing, I think like the persecution of the socialism or whatever, and like this woman could suck my dick. I hate these people.
Yeah. Just
like going off on her, and like she's just like just telling her story kind of thing, and he's just like, I don't know, being very degrading and like.
Right. And so why is he popular? As people look at drama, this guy's making it. He's saying psychotic things.
Yeah. I
hate him. I want to watch him. I love him. I want to watch him.
Yeah. Also, he's good looking. So I'm told.
Yeah, he's like a bodybuilder type. So chunk yogurt. He's derided as chunk yogurt, but chunk yogurt?
No.
The Young Turks?
I do know the Young Turks, or at least I know of them. I mean, they were interesting for a while, and then they went like crazy to me. So like, I really haven't followed them in a long time.
Oh yeah, because Dave Rubin left them, and then other people left them because they kind of could too much. Oh, yeah. Jimmy Dore left them. He's a comedian that does his own thing now.
Yeah, I just remember them being kind of like interesting at the beginning, and then they just went way over the top. I was like, okay, well, I'm not trusting anything they say anymore, kind of thing.
Yeah, so that's a popular thing. Anyway, so he's his nephew. So he's got this Nepo baby feel. That's what everyone says because you had an in. Because he was made popular by him, right?
Okay.
Like it'd be a different story if you're starting out and someone just goes, "Hey, look at this guy. I'm a popular guy with millions of people. Well, my white, Young Turks is very popular,
right?
And hey, check this guy out." And that's enough to get him started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it takes 1,000 subs. Okay, if anyone gets subbed for this for no reason, it takes 1,000 subs to go live from your phone. Did we talk about that?
You told me.
Yeah,
I think we've talked about it on.
So I need to get 1,000 subs to go live from my phone, which makes no sense. But I can go through my phone to the laptop to the phone again. I don't know how. This seems. I get whatever. I mean, but the bottom line is that's bologna sandwich right there. They have to get 1,000 people because that's what you would buy subs for or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. And that's just a bullshit kind of tactic of promoting.
Yeah. I mean, it works though.
I mean, it works for YouTube, but that's what I mean. The board of YouTube would say that's not what we want, and YouTube doesn't really need that. You know what I mean? If YouTube could have us say, "Look, YouTube, we got you. You're fine. You CEO. We want you CEO for life. You're set. Everyone's going to be set. And we're going to do this together." You know what I mean? That's essentially what would happen when the members come together of an organization. Unless they're betrayed. And then it's curtains. Well, then they leave and go somewhere else. That's the whole threat.
Right.
It's not destruction of YouTube or anything.
Yeah, I'm actually kind of surprised that YouTube has been so dominant that they haven't had more competition. Not that they have none, because they certainly have some, but it doesn't feel like
Twitch, and Kick. Have you heard of these things?
It's certainly Twitch, yeah. Kick, no.
Kick is like half of Twitch size or something.
Yeah.
Kick is more open freedom, or what do we call it?
Okay.
Speech. Yep. I don't know why I'm not on Kick. I'm more excited about being on Kick. Also because it's younger people who I'm talking to. Old people don't care. But young people are like, what the hell kind of world am I going into?
Right, yeah, they're searching for answers still.
Yeah, and so there's a benefit, like, because the reality, the math is, as soon as you start forming the board, 50 years later, boom, we are in utopia. So you could see utopia in your lifetime if that was the case. If we talked about Sent 3 Girl, no, of course not. Do you know what a Page 3 Girl is?
Oh yeah, I know the phrase. What was that from? I feel like that was from like an old website. Was that like
UK? They have those magazines in the aisles.
Yeah.
The tabloids.
Yeah.
One tabloid back in like 60 something said, you know what? On Page 3, we're going to put a topless model.
Okay.
Let's see if this catches on.
Right.
Every other tabloid, Page 3. For whatever reason, that's where we're putting it.
Okay.
It works for everybody else. I guess because it's not on the cover. It's not the second page, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like if someone goes, what are you looking at? Okay, whatever. So Page 3 was where it worked. So should we have like a hottie that we like just like can drool over at Sent 3, the third Sent?
Oh, okay. I like it. Oh, that's a good, I like this idea. Yeah.
You like it? Okay. You ready?
Yes.
You tantalized?
Quite.
Okay. I'm going to introduce you to Simone Collins. Oh, yes.
Okay.
She's a Renaissance cyber fascist or something. And okay, so here's the thing. First of all, I started watching these videos. Can you imagine why? Her glasses, obviously.
I mean, I was looking at those. They're some kind of like advanced thing. Like
I don't know what's going on, but I am completely compelled to see more of these glasses.
Right.
It's like that is such a great signature look because like you're scanning faces, her brain like knows boop or whatever.
Yeah.
And whatever. But anyway, so she is with her husband. So Sorry, Dubs. You can't. But I find I'm like not joking. I'm genuinely attracted to her when she doesn't wear this thing. This is a neck guard to keep me from thinking about kissing her on the neck. When she has her long neck exposed, I'm literally all I'm thinking about is just kissing her on the neck, which is how I make love to a woman. That's why I don't replicate because I will never get to the penetration part. But it is just like it's exposed necks. But so this is what I mean. Like I just want a woman that is, something's going on upstairs or they're able to, I don't know what. But whatever. These guys are characters and they are literally, their website's called Techno Puritans. They're Techno Puritans.
Okay.
And so any kind of specific niche anything is just, I love that,
Is that why she's hiding? Like she's like hiding her neck?
You'd think so, but she does expose it every once in a while.
Okay.
Just for me.
She knows the OnlyFans.
And the crazy thing is his is like his voice is 2 octaves above hers.
That doesn't surprise me in the least.
I don't even know what these guys are wearing. It's so crazy. And they got all these costumes and things. But they are they're accused of being eugenicists, but they're for not having babies that are deformed. I guess you check for deformities before you have the babies.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Like where are you on that?
I'm open to it. I think there's a danger of having like designer babies, but which I'm not so keen on. Like, I want to this and that, like check. But I think like, trying to cull out the worst of the, like might have a really awful life experience kind of thing. That seems just reasonable to me.
Yeah. I do not want something that is going to make someone hell. If you have no arms and legs and you love life, and that's fantastic. Right? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But why would we bring someone in that's going to suffer?
Right. Yeah.
And then what's suffering and what's not. And then as technology moves forward, the surgeries. What if you can go in and snip something and quickly fix something?
Yeah, it's a tough call. I think it's not easy to answer, but I do think that like there's probably a broad swath of things that one would agree with. But I think there's like just some really awful life experiences that folks would prefer not to have if they could avoid it. Right? Like, and especially if it's the same life, as it were. Right? Like we have this. We're just going to change this little bit of your DNA and you're going to have a better life. Like that sounds great to me.
Yeah. But you know what? We're going to have super babies. I mean, it's going to happen.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Oh, here's how I would do it. Cause
I don't mind super babies. I just don't want them all to be super babies. I want the diversity of,
a mandate of how many super babies. So should we just have AI design babies?
No.
Genetic code?
Fuck no.
Determined by AI?
No.
What?
No. I mean, I work with AI every day and it's amazing, but it's not ready to, it just makes rookie mistakes even now. Like, even when it's so smart, it makes rookie mistakes.
Okay, so here's what I want to have is how we need to improve, because what we're doing is we're taking any problem we have and we're genetically making up for it. Mm-hmm. So we can actually, we're deteriorating our genetic code, our abilities. Our protections to things and all that. So what we want to do is, or maybe we want to be beautiful. Anyway, whoever wants together and wants to do, eugenics in a good way, right? Where you're not hurting people and killing babies that are, are attractive, I guess.
Okay.
The Spartans were real bad about that, right? That was how that's like all the Spartans were beautiful people because they would literally, you had to give them to a guy, an elder that would specifically look for deformities. And they would leave them in a cave. There's a place where they, what do you call them? Abandon them.
Yeah.
That's one of the good things about Christianity. One of the things is they said, look, let's not just expose babies, let babies die.
Yeah.
So they would scoop up babies. And that's a nice thing. That's why it's kind of forgivable for Christians to be so into abortion,
Because they've made up for it in the past.
I mean, it's a noble thing to begin with, I guess. But yeah, I mean, it's a genuine Christian kind of thing.
Yeah.
But what we should do is come together in groups of ideology so that we have, like I don't want to just genetically, I want to have a culture, of these people. But you find the ideology and you find the most beautiful people in your ideology, and they become the breeders, and they breed the most beautiful people. And that's their job. You take care of them. They get money from the community, and we're getting these breeders. And so this is the one-to-one community. I guess I'm talking about. And so we get the breeders, and they're breeding, and then they're beautiful children. We raise them to understand one-to-one representation and how to live their life. They're egalitarian children, and but they're beautiful. So that's how we can do it.
That's interesting. So do you feel like that is a more important genetic factor than, say, other elements like what intelligence or I don't know, like, because I feel like beauty is certainly something that I think we should elevate. But like, I think also I would care just as much about the IQ or other metrics. You know, like I would want super babies, not just pretty babies.
Yeah. Well, you would measure everybody in every way.
Okay. Okay. Good. Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, how do you measure people? That's not a realistic scenario.
No, but I do think that like the pretty baby thing, at least for me, I'd be like, I mean, I don't want to.
Yeah, no, that's a real problem because if they're pretty, that means they're not what these other things. Like my money is on they're not as intelligent.
I mean, I don't know if that's true, but I feel like it's like there's no guarantee.
Yeah, and the whole point of nature is intelligence is determined by what really actually works, because what we think works is not necessarily what intelligence. Like I think the average person on the street doesn't understand what a good idea or a bad idea is, or you know what I mean, that kind of thing. It's just weird that I never thought I'd be attracted to a olive oil shaped person, right?
Olive oil
from Popeye.
Oh yeah, Olive. Yeah, her Olive.
Olive oil. That's her last name.
Oh my God. Okay.
Like the oils,
olive oil and spinach and what?
Yeah, spinach and condoms.
Okay.
Condoms? Do you know where? So the Robin Williams movie of Popeye.
I never watched it, but
but anyway, there was a movie made. They made a set for it. They still have that set, and that's turned into a water park for kids, and it's on Malta, the island Malta. You know where that is?
I do.
Yeah, fantastic island. Have you been there?
I haven't. No.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oh God, incredible poker. Yeah, I told you about playing poker in Malta.
Probably.
Yeah, the ceiling retracting, the table with all those people that spoke different languages. It was like surreal. Oh, so there's a quote from Alice in Wonderland that whatever this guy who wrote it, I don't know. When I use a word, it means just what I choose it to mean, neither more nor less. The question is whether you can make words mean so many different things. The question is which is to be the master. That's all. You following this?
It's quite deep. I think I have to think about that.
Who's the word? Who's the master? The word or the homo? And I'm saying the homo is the master. So that goes into the whole.
That just like totally leaves out the listener, though.
Leaves out the listener,
right?
What?
Like when I use a word, it means just what I choose it to mean, no more, no less. So if I say whatever I say, gobbledygook.
Yes.
It means what I mean.
It leaves out the listener in the assigning of meaning. The listener has no part in the assigning of the meaning, the manufacturing of the words.
Yeah, that's why I think I don't agree.
There you go. Okay, so that's the R word that we talked about. But seriously, dude, this is like, what is happening?
All right, so say I'm writing a book for the future, and I know that I'm just going to be like using a term that will be archaic in the future, right? Like I use some esoteric thing that we say these days that like someone that reads this in 300 years will have no way of knowing the context, right? I mean, because, whatever.
Right.
And so like, I feel like it's incumbent on me to choose a word that will be resonant to the listener.
Because you want to do that.
Well, sure.
So you're putting that meaning into the word, That's what I mean. I'm just saying, you're the one putting the meaning into the word. And everyone puts meaning into words to be understood. I'm doing that.
Yeah.
I'm doing that, and I'm explaining my meaning. The only problem is I get a hiccup when people say, no, you can't use that word that way, which is arguing semantics. They are doing that. But
well, because that's why I think I probably agree with them in some ways, where I feel like it's a two-way street, right? Like I have an understanding of a word, you have a meaning you're trying to convey. How do we bridge that gap?
Yeah, but what's the meaning of the word? The word came out of his mouth, and it's traveling to that person's ear. Stop. Okay, where's the meaning? Who determined that?
Right.
Who is it?
Well, so
Mm.
so clearly the definer would be the person that said it. But I think for the communication to be effective, they would have
Okay,
to
so
see-
stop. We're done. You agree. That is the meaning of the word. Meanwhile, for communication to be effective, the other person must understand that meaning.
Yes.
No one.
Yeah. Okay. Then no.
So we need
I'll
a no shit Sherlock page, you know?
No, I'll see that. I just think that it's like not the whole story, right? Like,
Yeah, but
Is it-
these caveats? Why?
because like when I say it means what I means, when I choose it to mean no more, no less, I can
No
say
more, no less. He said it right there.
So yeah, so when I say that, then like I can say, well, you know, I said olfactory to you in this sentence, but when I said that, I meant, you know, like toenail, and it's like, well, how would I know that? Like, what? There's no way for me to infer your intent from the word you said. Even though
Right.
that's what
You're
you were-
exposing a difficulty in language.
Right.
Sometimes the wrong word slips out. But here's my point with that. The wrong word slips out, people recognize it from context. If you're talking about your toes and you say olfactory, I will know that you meant to say that. So what I mean is the word olfactory meant toes, because you thought it meant that. That's why it goes back to that thing, you know, that it means only what the person thought it meant when they said it. Right? Think about it.
I think maybe some philosophically, you might be right, but I think
Philosophically, this is
Yeah.
realitarian.
Yeah.
This is reality.
well,
That is what the meaning of that word
yeah,
is.
but I would say practically, the words that you say need to be.
That's additional information. Meanwhile, you should wipe your behind when you take a crap, right?
True.
So these are extra things that you're adding on. But the point is, by the way, the meaning of a word is only one specific source. That person that is creating that word and putting meaning into it. That's it.
Mm.
So you don't like it, you don't feel it, you don't believe it. That's why I think it's an answer to the universe. Once people realize that.
No, I don't think that I don't believe it. I just feel like there's more to the story.
No shit, Sherlock! Right? There's more to the story. You gotta wipe your ass when you take a shit. Wait, people said there was nothing else I had to do. That was the meaning of words, and I can now do anything I want. I can get as drunk as I wanted and quit my job. Yeah, okay. Do a thing. All right, we are going to do a little bit of nothing, because that was that, guys. That was that whole vision, that PowerPoint. Come on. Okay. And we're going to go back to this guy. It's me and the crew. What? Oh, man, I don't even know what all this stuff is. Here's something I want to talk about.
The last time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used to detain and deport German, Japanese, Italian immigrants during World War II.
Okay, so Ilhan Omar accidentally said World War XI, immediately caught it, laughed, and that's that. Okay, so it does make her look bad. When you include this, it makes her look bad more permanently. Just like I was saying, when you criticize Alex Jones, you're building sympathy for him. When you're critically attacking Ilhan Omar for something that is a mistake that she caught immediately, that builds sympathy for her. There are people, and this is a test. If someone is a grifter, what do you want to call it? It's an illegitimate person. You should not be listening to this person. If they publish that without the remainder of this, where she said, they stop it at World War XI, click, stop. When they edit that out, that's someone that is being dishonest, not letting you know what's going on, inappropriate, building sympathy for her, getting her a defense because that's what you don't want to do. Think like an intelligent person, or I don't even, anyway.
One of the most shameful chapters of American history.
I mean, the whole thing's nonsense. Anyway. Oh, God. I
The
didn't know what I'm
last
doing.
time the Alien Enemies Act was invoked, it was used
Yeah, this is not
to detain.
contained in a nice way. Check this out, this Colton. I don't know why. Fuck you. Look, you got to see this. And this is, I don't know why I have this desire to play videos for people. But look, I don't know why I have a desire to play videos. And I only included one of these like this, but I was like, oh my God, I just want to show Dubs all these different videos of different things. That's like, do you find yourself, because I would do this with Sarah all the time, babe, oh my God, you got to come in here. You got to see this video. And I'd be disappointed when she wouldn't get the same joy out of the video that I got.
So I'm just now saying this. So tell me, like, yeah, do you want me to experience this video?
Oh yeah, experience it. Okay, so it's a cool trebuchet. You see, so here's the payload with a wire, a rope to the end of that. And all they do is drop it, and the gravity flips it up. Isn't that awesome?
It's mildly awesome.
Mildly. Qualifies, still mildly. Like a dwarf planet is still a planet. Or is it? Another beef I have. Dwarf planets should be a planet because it's called a planet. Why you know what I mean? Have a different name for it anyway. What is this? Oh, this is unnecessary. Just like these Gen Zers or whoever record video vertically when they don't need to. This is clearly a horizontal video. I see them all the time. They're all doing it. It's crazy. I'm
sad I missed the
what?
I'm sad I missed the Ilhan Omar video. Like,
you didn't miss anything.
No, because I heard about that thing. So like, yeah, no, I think you had a legitimate gripe there.
Yeah, that's just dumb. Your team should not be stupid. And I guess right wing is my team because the left wants to murder me. They murdered me more. Oh, yeah, I haven't told you about I have like a right wing scale of like how often, like Simone and Collins, that couple,
Yeah.
they would never kill me. So that's my rating on that. That's on the Beau scale of if their right wing that we call right wing thing took over, how many days would go by until they killed me?
Right.
Like Mark Dice, I don't know if you know who this guy is. He would kill me in day one. It's just a vibe. It's just a putting things together. It's like, it doesn't have you don't have a patience for people that think differently or whatever. Yeah, that's just the vibe I get. But so I'm safe from Simone. She'd never want to kill me. Anything or not?
Enough, but let's continue.
Yeah. So Carbonaro effect? Like a magician?
Remind me.
I'm addicted. I will click on Carbonaro effect before I will click on jiggly boobs and butt.
Okay.
This is. It's. You know how I like Scare Tactics? Remember that show?
I didn't watch it. No.
Oh, but it was just legit. Like they scared the hell out of people.
Okay.
Like act like they killed somebody and they're going to kill them next.
Oh no.
They would believe they're going to get. This guy goes beyond that. I mean, he's traumatizing people. This is not a traumatizing scenario, but there are traumatizing things he does.
I'm traumatized by the thought of it right now.
So, okay, so
I think I'm not going to enjoy this.
Oh God, okay, well, anyway, this is not traumatizing. Anyway, so this is, we're watching it.
And then the day, this is hot. It's really hot.
And you saw what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It was floating.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, I explain. Anyway, so.
Oh my gosh, it's so hot. How can you so hot? I can see things, but I just learned to help your remote with lemonade. What? I knew it.
What I'm saying is, this guy's reaction he gets back to reality. He saw a cup float on its own.
Mm-hmm.
He witnessed it happen.
Yeah.
But he goes, oh, I guess that's what happens. I explain one-to-one, explain the meaning of words, and you're like, everybody just like pushes it all back in the way, and it doesn't exist anymore.
Right. Well, I think that's what you have to do is like when you see something that seems semi-supernatural, you feel like, well, I need to figure out, am I in the wrong? Right? Am I somehow just seeing something wrong? Is there a trick? Is something surely like the laws of nature are not being broken at the moment, right? I think Hitchin puts it in a way that I wish I could quote right now. But there's like a way of like seeing that.
And the easiest way, whatever that philosopher said, the easiest answer is, I was crazy.
Yeah, right, yeah.
I'm just seeing things.
Right, yeah. Am I under a...
It makes more sense than a guy, you're a magician doing a TV show. That is far more insane.
Yeah, certainly less, let's say, less likely than generally what you'd experience, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was it.
So I had to go and grab the coffee. Okay, yeah. I was going to burn my hand.
So he seems to just sort of believe it, like
right.
buys it.
I must have been under some kind of maybe,
Right.
like did I take something this morning? Somebody put something in my coffee. I'm sure that's what he's thinking.
Yeah, but so my theory is our reality is determined by those close to us in our band, or who our brain perceives to be in our band, the closest to us.
Mhm.
That dozen males or dozen females that were used to being around us. And so you can learn a new thing, but then you go back to your band, it's all erased because you go right back to what they're thinking,
Mhm.
and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how that really affects things.
It's important though, right? It's how we exist as people. Like,
Yeah, do you want to see the monkey with the cucumber and the grape?
sure.
Yeah, might as well, since you have no choice.
The one on the left is the monkey who gets cucumber. The one on the right is the one who gets grapes. The one who gets cucumber knows that the first piece of cucumber is perfectly fine. The first piece he eats. Then he sees the getting grape, and we'll see what happens. So she gives a rock to us, that's the task. And we give her a piece of cucumber and she eats it. The other one needs to give a rock to us. And that's what she does. And she gets a grape. And she eats it. The other one sees that.
Like, very excited about the grape.
Gets again cucumber.
Instantaneous.
Yeah, where's the damn grape?
There's zero. It's
Yes.
fantastic, dude.
There's
She tests the rock now against the wall. She needs to give it to us. And she gets cucumber again.
Isn't that fascinating? Rejection. They were happy. They were happy to do the rock for the cucumber.
Hmm?
So you're happy to work for that amount.
right.
But when you see someone else,
Mm-hmm.
so that shows us what's happening with the news saying, "Oh my God, look at these guys! They're getting so many grapes, and all you're getting is cucumber." And people are reacting because we
Because it's biologically conditioned. Probably
instead
for
of
good
saying
reason.
this is not what we want. I don't even want a grape.
Well, I mean, I think that's what they're saying. Like, I'm throwing this cucumber back at you. Like, no, I wanted the grape. Like, I feel like it established that. Like, no, seriously, give me the grape.
Yeah, yeah. The second time it was even just more. Yeah.
But no, like, I feel like that's kind of right. Do you feel like there's some kind of discrepancy there? Like,
If you disagree with getting a cucumber when others get grapes, you should be put down. We get rid of all these capuchin monkeys, and we get only compliant capuchin monkeys. What do you mean? I mean, like, I'm not judging the monkeys.
no, I wouldn't think you should, but I think that, like, I think the monkey that was like upset about not getting the grape is right? Like, if we're doing equal tasks,
he's right.
and you are giving that one a grape, it's like, no, I like evolutionarily.
But he's throwing the cucumber away.
Yeah.
So is that the right way to handle that?
I think it's the only way to make the point that, like, hey, look, this is a disparate issue here. Like, if we're
Well, and it's interesting. He's pleading to the person giving out the thing rather than the other monkey.
right, because he knows, or she knows, like, they know that, like, hey, this person's making this. Like, I did the thing, and like, I see everything that's happening here, and this should be a different way. So, and like, I think evolutionarily, the monkey is doing the right thing, right? Like, sugar is way more valuable than a cucumber in terms of, like, like grape versus cucumber.
And the potential. Like, if the monkey was starving, it'd be a different story. Right. The cucumber. You know what I mean?
But I think it all kind of feeds into, like, just the way we're conditioned, right? Like, sure, maybe you can get away with cucumber here, cucumber there, but, like, we've got to fight for a grape,
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm just too tuned into grapes.
Too fun. That
Too
is
much of a wino.
fantastic. I think about that all the time when you think about people getting more.
Which is weird because I feel like in some levels I do want us to be more okay with a little bit of disparity in society, right? I don't think we should all get the same.
Yeah, but I'm an egalitarian in that when it's socialism, it's egalitarian.
Yeah.
You get it equal from the government. This is not a family. No one gets more than others. You give out equally.
Mm.
That concept is not even there. Nobody has that concept.
Mm.
And conservatives, for some reason, they think of socialism as a social safety net. They go, oh, well, a social safety net. Like, if you deserve it. Having no understanding of how the world works. They're incentivizing failure. Like, well, if you're poor, then you get free cheese.
Right.
What the? Well, okay, I'm not going to stop working. I'll throw all my money in the trash and get free cheese. I mean, because it's not just free cheese; it's free housing and free everything, And
yeah, but I feel like there's a way to do. See, well, that's where I think there's a balance where like someone like me would be like, hey, we're not going to let people starve in the street. That's my line, right? Like so.
Nobody's going to. That's my problem. Is that no one's going to ever let that happen.
Right.
So that's the reality of you got to have some socialism.
Yeah,
at least some program to like, scoop these people up. Like, we're taking care of them. And they're taken care of. Soylent Green. Okay, go on.
So I don't agree with that. But like, I do think that, you have that baseline, but maybe it's not like the best life. It's just like, you'll survive. And you can maybe like get on your feet, kind of thing. Like, all right, we'll give you enough kind of like running room where you can like get to where you can be on your own again. I think that's great. But I don't think we would want to make it where a thing where someone could be complacent, because I think we do need people to
But that's how you have to do it, because if you're going to give it out to one person, you give it out to everyone. Are you not on board with that?
No, I think I am, but I think at least for me,
I think I am is not on board because
I think that
nothing matters anyway. So
I think it should be available, but I think it should be culturally very looked down upon. Like I think in the same way I think we do generally, where it's kind of like, oh, so yeah, you're on you're on food stamps. That's that's great kind of thing. Like we don't tend to endorse that societally. Like sure, maybe people get down on their luck, and we don't like necessarily judge them. But if I am like a person of working age that can contribute, and I'm on food stamps for no reason, I think generally people would be like,
yeah, we get why we do that. That's kind of the natural thing. But that's when our brains take over. Logically, we should think about this process and what's incentivized and what's fair.
Yeah. So you're thinking more like UBI kind of thing?
Well, no, UBI, whenever anyone mentions it, it's not about giving rich people money, right? Right?
That's what I'm asking. Are you suggesting,
if it was truly UBI, that would be a fair way of doing it.
Yes.
Still unfair to rich people, but I mean, it's at least theoretically fair.
Well, like when I think of UBI, I do think it's universal. It'd be the same.
But nobody, when you look into what they're talking about, they're like, oh, well, rich people will get this much, and there's like a splattered thing.
Oh yeah, no, I am for like where it's for everyone, right? No one can say like, oh, I didn't get it. Like everyone. Yeah,
everybody gets whatever you're giving out.
Yeah. No, I think that. Yeah.
And the way we can do that is if you give out medical care for somebody, the cost of that medical care is what everybody gets. It comes out of your budget.
Yeah. Okay. Kind of I like that. Yeah. No.
But that means that you're not going to get cancer treatment.
Right.
Unless someone can get donate or whatever, you can go out and beg in the street, which is
maybe we could figure that out another way. I do think we should balance it where, well, maybe if you're saying everyone gets allocation, then that's all well and good. But I think some people don't need it, so that's where I'd be like, if you live your whole life and you don't use your allocation, then what happens to it? Maybe it goes into
you get your allocation. I mean, what do you mean you don't need it?
So you
get it and you spend it on whatever you want. Or
I guess I'm age 70 or whatever, and I've had a fruitful life, and then I die of a heart attack the next day.
Okay,
maybe my money goes into the pool of people that are healthy, and then that's what could be allocated.
Your money goes into the pool of people that is healthy.
Oh, you're saying that money is in your pocket?
I'm saying give that out every year. Like you're saying an account is what you're thinking.
Yeah. So, but then I die.
But that account would be something that's going to you.
Right.
Die.
So, So you're saying
that because then you're incentivized to spend the money as soon as you can, in case you die. You see what I mean? What you've done with the way you're doing.
Well, right. So you're not talking like an HSA or something, right? Where it's like you could only spend this money on healthcare.
That's one way to do it. You could do that.
I like that. And then maybe
But then you could buy like 1 billion Q-tips or whatever.
Right, sell them on the black market or something. You're like old and you're like, I don't need this anymore. Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I mean, I'm not opposed to that necessarily.
Okay. So this is compatible with conservatives because this is because I've tried to have this conversation with people and they're like, well, where's the money coming from? Okay. Regardless of where the money comes from, if we're going to do socialism, this is how it's done.
Yeah, well, we already have a version of it, right?
Yes, we have far more socialists than I would ever be in my wildest dreams. If you gave me the 10% of the American budget, I could feed, house, clothe everybody, defend the nation militarily. But we all could because of the efficiency of it. If we were actually pay attention to what's going on and then also the cohesiveness of, if we actually formed a Boer, who the hell would want to fuck with the U.S., right? Because like we're hived together. We'd be reacting. In fact, there'd be a couple countries that might learn, and we would like, when we struck them, it would be holy hell unleashed. You see what I mean? Because it would be, you need it, you deserve it. We gave you a billion warnings.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I like that idea.
This is how the world works. I mean, if we give enough warnings, enough people are going to go, well, fuck. If we have a million people that want to go over and fight, and we got all these things that could kill these people, and these people have been warned for 20 years, it's over. See, that's what I'm saying, man. Once the war forms, it's over for a lot of people. So let's learn about gender.
Oh boy.
Some are fancy on the outside. Some are fancy on the inside. Yes, sir. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's
This is that gender song, you know.
Your body's fancy, and so is mine.
Fancy.
Boys are boys from the beginning. If you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Girl.
Like I've talked about how like the way he throws that in, like if you were born a boy, you stay a boy. Like just rubbing it in.
Yeah. Are girls right from the start? If you were born a girl, you stay a girl and grow up to be a lady. Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine.
That vest.
What? The vest? I know. What is going on with that? This is not normal. That's normal.
Fancy. And so is mine.
I think he keeps going.
Only girls can be the mommies. Only boys can be the daddies.
Why is he filing paperwork though?
Yeah, what is going on? It's like this. It looks anti-woke. It looks like the most, nightmarish right-wing Nazi singing a song, doing paperwork.
Right.
You gotta do your taxes.
Vest. It feels like the vest throws it off, and you're just like a little confused about the nature of it. But yes.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that vest. Do you want to listen anymore?
Yeah. No.
Everybody's fancy. Everybody's fine. Your body's fancy, and so is mine.
You fancy? I don't know.
Yeah, that's why he does stuff though.
What's the Daily Caller?
Did you? It's like garbage.
Yeah.
Did you watch that documentary, or was it documentary biography? They had the movie on Mr. Rogers. They had come out.
I think I did watch something.
I felt like I cried in that movie. Like,
yeah, I cried
100 times.
Yeah,
like it was ridiculous. I feel like of the movies I've cried in, I cried in that one the most. Like it was so like just beautiful.
Yeah,
and it killed me. Like I don't know. Like that one just hit me in the heart.
Yeah, because the dedication to children, I love children too, but I'm not dedicated. I'm like, I'll do everything I can for them. Another guy's, what's his face? A Muppet guy? Jim.
I'm not.
Did you ever see Muppet Show? I mean,
yeah.
Okay.
No, I wouldn't say like a ton, but I saw it a few times and I was aware of it. But like, we talked about limited TV exposure as a child, kind of thing.
There's a show called Lex. Have you heard of that? LEXX?
No.
It's this organic spaceship. It's sci-fi. I think Jim. Who's the Muppets guy? I can't remember. But anyway, so I've watched Jim his funeral. It's like interesting. I don't know. The replay of his funeral.
Yeah.
The Muppet guy. The Dark Crystal. Have you seen that?
Nope.
God damn, that's incredible.
What is that?
It's just, I love movies that are for kids that are not holding back. They're like, they had some, okay, so we recently showed Dubs at the poker game. He had never seen Land of the Lost. So we showed him the slee stack and those lizard people and how unthreatening they were. He's not very impressed at all. But the Skeksis not the Skeksis, but their little army of protectors, that was some scary crap, dude. But I was older by then. But anyway, you need to see them or not. I mean, should you see these things or not? I mean,
I don't feel like I missed out on anything when you showed me that. But like, if you told me Mr. Rogers, like I would have like I don't know what I saw. It's like that's something I missed out on. Like that was some gold.
Do you have NEEF, which is my combo term for niece and nephews?
I have them, yeah.
Okay, so do you need to then take them to, or have see Dark Crystal with them? Would you see that with them?
Geez, I were a better uncle.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
well,
but
you
I'm not-
recognize it's good to see Dark Crystal. That's how it fits in, I guess. But yeah, it's interesting. So that's that. That's what we talked about. Oh, I didn't talk about. Oh God, yeah, on the money. Paying off money. What do you do with all the debt? The gazillions of dollars of debt.
I'll show you. Yeah.
So there was a guy, and his videos were put on public access back in the day. The Money Matters is a documentary.
That sounds familiar.
Oh yeah, it's like he's a I can bring it up.
Now I'm wondering if I saw that like in middle school or something. Like what is this?
It's just anyway. This is this guy talking about the Federal Reserve.
Okay.
It's a boring looking thing with quotes and made in the 80s graphics. But he suggests a radical thing that is not what I would hear conservatives saying, is like, we should just pay it off, print a bunch of money and pay off all the debt. You know, what do you want? A $50 trillion bill? Here you go. You know, here's your magic money game.
Right.
Like just print it and pay it. And there you go. That's what you got.
Right. But then you that seems obviously dumb. Like, right?
Why is that dumb?
Because then you have
the whole game is that
$50
they're printing money and making us pay for it, or lending it to us.
Right. But like you have to control for inflation, right? Because like when you introduce that much inflation at once, then like it just breeds more inflation, right?
Oh no, that's when you're done with the dollar.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, you pay it off and you're done with that whole.
Okay, so you're basically just
because they're Federal Reserve notes that are specifically something the Federal Reserve brought in. Then we would be back to something what Ron Paul calls sound currency, like silver backed or gold backed, or I don't know what these guys are saying. Probably something like that.
But so like I pay for my house in dollars. So do I still own my house? Like how does that work?
No, everyone has to relinquish all property to the board for a redistribution fund. What do you mean? Like, of course you own whatever you own. I mean,
that's part of it's like, well, some things are denominated in dollars and I owe money on this and that money is not valuable. It doesn't have any value anymore. So what does that mean? You know, like if I owe $50 trillion, inflated dollars.
You're bringing up a good point. Is like what it bottom line comes down to is whoever has a plan that says the people are going to be able that own or dealing with this situation they have are going to be able to keep their property.
Right.
That's going to win.
That's all that really matters with the inflation thing, I would think, right? I mean, granted, if you just have a bunch of dollars, but you're going to be screwed.
But
right?
you're going to have to say that people that own more than a certain amount of acreage will have that divided amongst. It's going to have to come up. It's going to be some giveaway plan that some, what do you call it? Mega Lord. What do you call those guys? They're just going to demagogue. It's going to be giving things to people.
Right. But like, what if I just put all my money under my mattress and now I've just got the stacks of money, whatever, like now I've saved my whole life. I just have a stack of empty dollars.
You got paper.
That's unfortunate.
I've got one of those things from, when before Hitler, the inflation was out of control. I have one of those those $100 notes or whatever.
Nazi money?
No, pre-Nazi.
Oh, pre-Nazi money.
The Weimar Republic.
Yeah.
When the inflation was so bad, people had wheelbarrows of money to get butter or whatever. So because I guess there's this pervasive like trilobites, the ancient animal.
Yes. Yeah.
There's just tons of those. Like that one I have is $1. It was $1 at the thing.
Right.
I was like, that's the kind of a fossil I can afford. You ever go to that place, the Gem Place on I-35?
Nope.
Gem and Stone? It's like popular. Like a Saturday morning before it opens, there's like a line outside. Okay. I don't know if it's still like that, but I'm like, holy crap. But I saw something there and thank God I didn't buy it. But it was like $300. It was like this big and it had massive trilobites, like several of them in like a giant mega fossil. And I was like, that is the coolest looking thing ever. what? I'm going to carry around this big stone. It'll take 2 people to move it, and like we're carrying a stone, it's going to crack. And
Yeah, well, you just have to have a denomination, and then you have some fiat trilobite currency. And then,
use trilobites as currency.
Yeah.
That's the backup. You don't like gold or silver or palladium? All right. So now there was some kind of AoE2 thing. Okay. So seems like we're kind of out of air, or
yeah, I feel like we're winding down. Yeah,
winding down. All right. Well,
my laptop isn't responding, so I don't have anything else to pull up right now.
oh yeah. Okay. And nothing you want to throw in?
Gosh, I did have something else I want to throw in.
Yeah, as we've talked, this is hard for me to. It's like ending my life because I'm alive. I'm live and alive. I exist. I'm about to die. This bow will not be heard from because this bow is going to die.
Yeah, at least for another week.
Well, no, we die every night, right? You know that?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, that whole concept. The Council of Bows and stuff. Well, I mean, you got enough of this one. Okay, so hopefully you can be interested in some other bows. Oh, yeah, subscribe, like, lick and tickle, all that. Do all the things that need to be done. There's no one's listening to this at this point anyway, so well, that's the point of that. All right, thanks, Dubs. Fantastic.
Enjoyed it.
We got this together. I will check you guys.